Welcome to episode 238 of the Emergent Gamer Podcast.
Why were you so mad?
I'm not mad.
It was decisive.
The Emergent Gamer Podcast.
I'm Felix Hergood.
I'm Trip Zero.
And I'm Neo Yoshi.
And we're here with our special guest tonight, the Corey Lasko.
You could drop
the Corey Lasko.
Just Corey.
I love
Corey
Lasko.
Yeah, the Corey Lasko.
I think we should just address you as the Corey Lasko.
It's called
Fine, let's do
your
it.
network is called the Corey Lasko Network.
Well, I mean, you could, again, drop Corey out of there, too, and just be the Lasko Network. But anything you want to call me is fine.
I'm going to call you the Corey.
I love it.
Corey, glad to have you here.
Thank you for
Glad
having
you're
me.
on
Welcome,
the show.
I'm
welcome
very
to the
excited.
show, bud.
Cool.
Very excited.
So tell us all about the Corey Lasko.
Yeah, well, first introduce yourself.
Do that.
What you do, what you're interested in, what your current projects are, why you might be on the show with us, talking about your stuff.
Well, I'm on the show because I love watching you guys, and I watch Felix
Oh,
all the time.
Thank you.
You know, I as I edit my Lasko Network content, I always have Twitch open. So depending on who's up, Trip, Felix, I'll have maybe 3 monitors going. So
That's fucking dope.
I know. I try to keep the community alive with all my monitors and kill my electric bill.
I love it.
So, but no, I started a network in January this year, and basically it's more or less a glorified YouTube channel as well as a band conglomerate of sorts. I have two bands that I help manage, as well as a bunch of YouTube shows, like a cooking show. We have the Food Smugglers, which is probably one of the best cooking shows you're ever gonna come across, because it really just explains kind of the ingredients you don't think to use when you're in a McDonald's or Burger King, and you could take those home and make a real meal with them. You know, and you
Got it.
What do you mean?
I mean, okay,
I was
so
like, are you cooking in a McDonald's?
Yeah. So I partnered up with Food Smuggler. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And he has great recipes. One of the last, we went to Subway and we ordered 4 tomato and cheese kind of sandwiches, and we made a grilled cheese and tomato soup with the ingredients, and we made a video, and it's gotten a lot of positive recognition on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you repurposed fast food.
Yeah, and it's delicious. And it's kind of a market that we're trying to kind of make a show for on the television.
really
I think
cool.
I think you're the only one who would have that market. Kinda
Exactly,
sorted. Yeah.
because I'm the first one to really kind of see the value in
sure.
a show like this. And then we also have a show called starring Jeb. It's called Jeb Ate It, and really what he does is he kind of reviews food. People write in and ask, like, what's your favorite pizza? What's the best fruit snack? And then he kind of gives like a quick 2-minute rundown on,
What is the best fruit snack?
it's Gushers.
Oh, snap.
I mean, and he also had a show recently about how to create your own Dunkaroos, because Dunkaroos got canceled, but they brought him back.
They brought him back
because they saw my show.
I saw it. I
saw they tweeted that,
They saw Jeb.
So Jeb Ate It is the show.
Yes. There's no other pun in there at all.
No. Do you have a set schedule for these content releases?
So I have 4 Jeb shows right now. That one, especially the Dunkaroos one, I really want to push that one out, because I can't believe they just launched Dunkaroos again. Like, how random is it? I literally just recorded that less than 10 days ago.
Entire show just created for that.
And the way I recreated Dunkaroos is actually pretty. It's not even a silly idea. You take funfetti icing and you get the
Animal graham crackers.
That's what you would think, but there's actually a better cookie out there.
Oh,
that
yeah?
is the Goldfish vanilla cupcake. Yeah, Goldfish has flavored sweet actual
Since when?
cookies now.
Since when?
Dude, like a
Here we
year.
go.
My wife,
These guys right here?
boom, those things. Dip those things in some funfetti icing, you got yourself a Dunkaroo.
I can't wait till we
baby.
can put this stuff.
Cupcake?
I'm going to put this stuff on the screen. I
Goldfish
can't wait.
grams?
Yeah,
do that.
dude, that is the best goldfish
the
you'll ever
hell?
have. And chocolate's all right too, but that's the one you want to get. So I'm just letting you know. Follow Jeb Ate It.
Oh, man.
Follow Jeb Ate It.
Jeb Ate It.
That sounds like a really cool channel. I just subscribed myself.
I'm glad.
I'm your latest subscriber.
Oh, great. Yeah, so there's so many cool things on YouTube, but it's just like Instagram. Like, you can only get to them when you hit that milestone. So every subscriber counts.
There's lots of gems out there.
Does
It's just
help.
you got to dig for them.
Exactly,
You
you
know what I mean?
really do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been really working on that, like YouTube and Instagram, social media marketing, to kind of grow the following base and connect with people who think like me with the food. You know, sometimes people look at our food smuggler stuff and, you know, we blow their mind away. And that's really all I could ever want in my whole life is to blow people's minds away, like figuratively.
I
That's
think
all you
you're-
can do.
Yeah, you're on
That's
the
really
you're on
all
the
you
path.
can do.
So you have food shows. You are managing bands. Is there anything else that you're scratching the content surface of?
Well, I mean, I do stand up and
Stand-up, too.
Yeah, so I do some stand up and I have
firing
some
on all
I have
cylinders, Corey.
some you know, I have some blooper reels online too, again on the Lasko network, and like my possible characters that I could play because I sent out an audition tape to all these companies years ago, and you know, I never really heard anything back, so I just took the hours and 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 hours of footage that I had, and I
That's a
put
lot
it
of
together,
yeah,
and
a
I
lot of
put it,
hours.
you know, just a few minutes at the end.
Sure.
I broke down my hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of footage
4 minutes.
Yeah.
to 4 minutes long.
Exactly.
But now I have
That's
no
how you know
more
it's
footage to
gold.
work with.
Exactly, because I cut out all
That's
like
the tip of the funnel.
Exactly, dude. You know, so
Just the tip.
it's all you need sometimes.
That's all you need.
to get you going.
That's all I use.
You know, that's all I use.
So,
Oh, that's a good slogan.
Corey, it's a great, just a blessing to have you here on the show.
I'm really excited to be here, and
It's
I'm
been a really
stoked,
long
yeah.
time, but
I would love to have you guys in some of my upcoming segments and stuff.
Absolutely.
No, I'm down.
So, you know, when we have some cooking shows, I would love to have guests, and maybe we could do like a theme base where we cook meals that are from, I don't know, the video game world. There's so many cookbooks out there that
There
are
is.
based on video
Yeah.
games.
I went to a bookstore. I saw the Overwatch cookbook. I saw the Fallout cookbook.
There's a Destiny cookbook coming out too.
Dude, the
There is,
Fallout
yeah.
cookbook would be interesting. Destiny
That would be
cookbook,
a
yeah,
cool one.
we were talking about that.
yeah, you
but
can
that would
make
be
me
cool.
a sweet roll.
That would be
The Skyrim cookbook.
Dude, just
Yeah.
why do you?
No,
how does
sweet
it-
rolls are in
How does it
Fallout.
sound?
Oh, are they really?
How does it sound terrible when you say it? Just
Make
make
me a
sweet
Sweet
roll.
roll.
Give me a sweet roll.
You're gonna-
Hey, girl, make me a
You're
sweet
gonna make
roll.
me a sweet
Make me a
roll.
sweet
Make
roll.
me a sweet roll.
Aggressive. Well,
I feel uncomfortable.
Corey,
But
thanks
for
for
the
little
record,
intro right
sweet
here.
rolls are in Fallout.
That's crazy. There's some crossover.
Yeah,
there.
that's a
insane.
crossover. It's a crossover food, which proves that I guess
It's in the same universe.
like somehow it's in the same universe. Like
I don't.
It's not at all.
I'm not going to entertain that thought.
I love it. I love that thought.
No.
So Corey Lasko,
Yeah.
do you have video games that you enjoy?
Well,
This is a video game podcast.
Yeah, it is a
absolutely.
video game
And
podcast.
like I said, I watch Twitch a lot, so I do watch a lot of random video games. Right now, I mean, I'm
What are
more
you
into
into?
streamers.
What's tickling you?
I mean, I watch a lot of Escape from Tarkov right now, just because that's
Damn.
what everyone's watching. Or
I
blowing
playing.
wish.
up, yeah.
I wish
It's
Locke
hard.
was here.
It's such a hard game.
Yeah.
I know. He's the one who's been like playing that.
He's
For the most
he
part.
seems like the Escape because I played PUBG with him back in the.
Did we play together?
Maybe not Corey, but
Did we wait?
my alter ego played with him.
Wait, because
But
I
yeah.
played a lot of PUBG. With
Maybe
Locke.
I'm Brown Jellyfish. So if you ever play with Brown Jellyfish,
Oh my god!
I used to be chubbier.
Well, I never saw your face.
You also
but
used to be a different person.
You
so.
knew I was fat. No.
I think we have played together.
Yeah, I think so too.
I saw the light bulb go
Maybe
off
it
on
was
your
your
face.
voice.
because I know that name.
Yeah, Brown Jellyfish.
It's a name I've seen.
This is brown jellyfish.
Well, you used to call me Brown Andre, and then I,
Let's
had
call
a
him
face change, and I look exactly the same, and now I'm Corey Lasko.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It happens sometimes.
So
All
yeah,
right.
so
PUBG.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
PUBG. So we probably played some PUBG back in the day together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of my favorite games.
Well, I
And-
spent a lot of time watching brown jellyfish, like watching your stream
Well, I'm glad.
when PUBG first came out. Like because I never want to play BRs. I have
It's
no
hard,
interest-
and-
no, it's just my level of like nerves. Are intolerant to
It's understandable.
the BR.
Yeah, and it's hard to get
Very
to that
understandable.
mindset of like, okay, that was all for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's
I don't wanna-
That's every time you play that game.
Yeah, no, I can't
It's
do it.
not though. You learn. You
have to win-
grow. It's
Like,
not all for nothing.
Getting 7 kills in a game, that would be amazing. But like, that's gonna happen maybe once every 4
if you,
weeks.
If you go through a game
Is it
and you
worth-
just get destroyed, then you learn something. You learn where not to go. You learn where not to peek. You learn what not to pick up. There's always a nugget of truth in these.
No,
moments
absolutely,
here.
and I
Do
completely.
you really like the spirit of arena competition like that?
I enjoy watching them because the streamers I choose to watch are
no,
really
but when
good.
you play them,
When I play them, I'm with you. If I'm by myself, I'm a nervous wreck. I'm camping, looting until I have all of the awesome stuff, but no kills, and then I get killed walking out of a house or something.
Yeah.
Or I'll play with a friend and just have fun. And that's when I really enjoy it, like duos or even random squads, because I like to kind of goof around, especially when I'm streaming. But Solos, no, I can't do it. I couldn't do solos.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Wouldn't be able to do it.
Because you're just a nervous wreck. You're just freaking out.
That's all on you.
Yeah.
Everything is on you.
Yeah.
I generally have more fun playing with a team of people
Yeah.
as well.
Because you can talk. You're not
Yeah.
as scared. When you're by yourself, now granted, if you're a streamer streaming to like 10,000 people, you're talking. But if you're by yourself playing, talking to nobody, it's quiet. And you're just like, okay. Okay.
Anyone can sneak
Here's-
up on you.
Here's a backpack. Ooh, I can fit a lot in this one. Oh, you get blown through the window. You
Oh yeah.
get blown all the time. It's pretty much what no. But
right.
it's just it scares the living bejesus out
Sure.
of me. So
So have you been playing Tarkov?
no, because I should have bought it when it was like pre-alpha. It's like $60 now or something. Like
Yeah. I
It was like
I held off
$20.
on it as well.
that. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have because
It
I bought
was-
PUBG way in the
It
beginning.
actually
so
was on
cheap.
sale very recently.
It was.
For how much?
Skipped it. Like
I think it was like 30 something.
35, something like
I
that,
remember,
maybe.
see, I remember when it was 19,
Yeah.
and like it's just like it'll never be that cheap
Yeah.
again.
No, because
And-
it's blowing up and it's like
Exactly.
pretty popular. A lot of popular streamers are
Yeah.
streaming it now. So.
I scooped Rainbow Six, but not Tarkov recently. So
Yeah, a lot of our community right now is like getting real high on Rainbow Six, and a lot of us are getting back into Overwatch too, which is surprising. Like Diamond had like a community night Friday.
there was a
and we were
big, real big community night. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun there. But Tarkov is a game I'm definitely interested in
I am
but
too.
I don't feel like I can invest in it right now.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and
'Cause you
and
need
that's
to
the
know how to
problem.
play.
And it's like a slow burn. It's just like a PUBG game. Like you have to really like take your time, learn everything. There's a lot of loss that's involved when you're risking your gear and stuff. Plus, I just got this VR headset, so like I'm really like
You're diving into that world.
I really just want to like do all that stuff. Yeah. But that is cool.
Nice.
I would love to get more into VR. And if I had all the time in the world, I think I would just sit in my house and just like play really cool VR games and stream them because they're just badass.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you watched last week's episode, I talked about I won't do it again, but like I talked about like my experience playing a game that's pretty much Counter-Strike in VR, and it was like
Oh, so and
Yeah.
is like reloading and stuff like that. Like, okay, I won't get
going back
I won't
into it.
get-
No, I'm doing this for Corey Lasko. Okay, I'm sorry, Corey. I'm sorry, I'm tripping,
Sorry,
Felix, because I did this
apologize
last
to me.
week.
Apologize to all of our listeners who are like, I had to listen to this
So
show
pretty
again.
much, it was the process of me like learning how the mechanics operated, and when they walk you through it, they're like, you reach down in your back pocket, you pull the clip out, you put it in, you turn the gun with your other hand, and you cock it, and then you grab it with this hand to like stabilize
Pretty
it.
sure I watched Lyric play this.
Pull it up to your face and like look down the sights to actually use it. Like, and I went in more detail last week, but
And does it like kind of click in every time you get something?
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
there's like feedback, and like the controllers vibrate obviously,
Yeah.
so like you'll get that feedback. But yeah, even in like if you put different scopes on guns, like you have to like look down the scope because the scope is magnified, and you have to
Yeah.
like position your face
And like hold
correctly.
it perfectly.
right
Yeah.
to get a good aim.
Yep. Yes.
And
Sounds-
I literally watched.
you
Lyric
can
play this.
physically
Sounds wild.
lean like across corners, like physically lean, and you can tilt the gun, and you can do all kinds of things,
That's
like
awesome.
and crouch physically to do all these actions that usually require key presses. I'm like physically doing it.
I
And
mean, when games get
it's
there,
mind blowing.
like if that was just the regular, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
It's
Because I
amazing.
can move better than these little kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might be able to.
I'm not old.
Their
I can do
fingers
this.
faster than me, but I can do this
but not
better.
the whole body. Dude, that's going to be a thing in the future for sure. Just giant warehouses, nothing inside, but like
VR sets.
either empty or terrain that
Yeah, it's gonna
matches
be like a circle
the game
that you're
even,
in. Yeah,
where things
absolutely.
move, something like that, and then you're just going to be in VR, running around the giant space, existing in these worlds. And
So
I
in
can't
that,
wait, honestly.
so you think you would be in like a hangar type situation with the helmet on, and you could just free run, and like if there was like a pole here, it would look like a tree to you, so you know not to run into.
So
that.
yeah, I have a couple different ideas of how a
'Cause
VR
that would be cool.
Warehouse might work. But you essentially could build a one-to-one match with whatever game area you're in,
Yeah.
and have physical things.
That's a good
around
point.
there.
Yeah, because you could take like one of the Counter-Strike maps and just build it.
Yeah, you
And
literally
then
build it.
Yeah,
You don't need detail. You just need like the shape.
yeah, because it's all the details in your goggles.
Right.
And it's surprisingly
No
works
one
so
listening
well.
to this take that idea that is
Yeah, that's
mine
ours.
only.
Trademark. We're gonna cut this part of the
Trademark?
stream. We're
Yeah.
gonna cut this.
Yeah.
Verbal trademark TM.
Yep. Verbal.
But yeah, VR is a lot of fun. And I'm just segued and talked about VR and what I've been
Hey,
doing.
man.
But
Would the floor be a series of conveyor belts?
Well, that's kind of next level.
So-
you wouldn't need to, because if you're making a one-to-one space,
I don't think that would be next level though. Do you think that would be next
But there
level? I
are
think that would be first
prototypes.
level.
There are prototypes
I think
of
next
what you're
level
talking
would be
about.
free range. That's what we're talking about. Free range. You just have a goggle, or you
But
just
it's
have,
not
and it would
free.
know where you are though.
No, but it's not free if it's still the limitations of a hangar.
Right.
There would have to be
No, that would
some
have to be a
kind of
very
movement.
specific
Or
experience
the
going
game-
into
the
that.
game
you're
would
saying,
paint
like,
the walls.
flying and stuff.
You're right.
Is that what you're referring to, like flying around and like jumping real high?
Whatever. I mean,
No, I'm not being an asshole. No, I'm saying like what type of like.
I'm
because
saying the
I
way
get
I'm,
what you're saying,
I'm
like-
envisioning a hangar that has like
There'd probably be
like
two types
a
of hangars.
floor type of thing.
Yeah.
That moves below you,
Okay, so you're
so you
standing
could
still the whole
run for
time.
miles in the hangar.
Okay, so you're standing still.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
you
you-
don't necessarily have to be.
You maybe have like a 3x3.
But as you get to
circle.
the edges, it starts to move.
See, if they could somehow make a ball that you would then be able to like stand on, that's completely circular, no matter what direction you're running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not doing it right with my hand.
No, there are 3D
I'm following
movement,
along very closely.
treadmills. There are treadmills that go in all
Every
directions.
see, there you go.
So
Yeah.
that, and like there's a video of someone playing Skyrim VR.
That's
doing
probably
that.
the move, yeah.
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 Okay.
But another thing doing this warehouse thing, Oculus Quest, a fully wireless headset, right?
That's
Fully
what I was
wireless,
thinking, yeah.
right? So think laser tag, right? But the VR headset is painting the arena in this warehouse.
Yep.
And you have free motion. You just move around the room.
That's why I think like if you build out your space, it's a more immersive experience.
Yeah,
it
because-
limits your experience. You can't do like can't hop into No Man's Sky or Elite Dangerous or Skyrim interchangeably, but you have a more realistic one.
If every
experience.
map was designed with the obstacles already existing, you could change it where like someone could hit a button and go and change the whole world.
I mean, the world.
we
yeah.
have
like, that would be
if we
pretty
have
cool.
building blocks that conform themselves.
Well,
then,
no. I'm saying every world is the exact same structure. So, like, you know,
so you're playing Skyrim in like the CS:GO map. for
Yeah,
example.
exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. But it just looks different.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool because then you have keys to open certain doors and stuff. That'd be badass, dude.
Oh my god.
I think
Why doesn't
we're
this
on
exist?
A lot of
Future is
things.
the best.
I think we have to actually stop talking about it because we have so many good ideas we're pouring
Be
out
good
for
for
free.
It would be
on the
great for
internet.
cardio too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get so much workout.
Yeah.
Especially if you make the guns real heavy. You could hit a kid in the head with one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I was breaking a sweat standing in place playing Pavlov. So I
Yeah.
was breaking a sweat. And it's-
I'm
it's
sure
a- it's a
because you're
workout.
like because you're
Yeah,
going.
I'm
doing all
ducking
that.
and moving,
Yeah.
and I'm like twisting, and yeah, Beat Saber too, same thing.
I can't wait
freaking-
till-
I played that at Menti's house.
Oh, it's a fun time.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Can't wait till games provide me cardio. I don't have any cardio right now.
You could,
be
you could
awesome.
pick
Need
up
more
Ring.
cardio.
What's
Ring
Ring
Fit
Switch
Challenge,
Fit, whatever.
Ring Fit Challenge or Ring Fit.
I don't know what
Adventure.
that is.
It's the
Switch game.
Switch exercise game. It's like an RPG.
That could be today.
Nah, I don't want to.
See, well, there it
There
is.
you go.
Gave you a solution.
Why don't every time you lose at MLB you do 10 push-ups?
That's a good thing.
I was thinking about honestly.
I've
no,
seen people do that.
Truth be told, I was thinking about incorporating some kind of like push-up or sit-up regimen in my stream,
Every time you get like a certain number
and
of
adding an
people like it.
a camera to so
Yeah.
people could watch me do them.
I would love to watch you do sit-ups.
How many is he doing now? I think he's doing 50. He might be
oh
in
my
the
god,
30s right
kill
now.
him. You just imagine one day you tune in, he's just like, he's not
literally
moving.
dead.
Someone gave him like a $30
Yeah.
donation, made him do like 60 at once. He's just,
There's no way I would do it that way.
I know, I'm kidding.
No, but like I did just incorporate a currency in my stream. Do you guys want to know what it's called?
Are they her goods?
Felix,
Her goods.
Ooh, her
that's
good.
You remember that, right?
it's better than what I had.
So I created her goods, and I still haven't figured out like so you can create like a store where people can spend the her goods,
Okay.
and people put rewards in there. So one reward could be if you spend a certain amount of her goods, could be Felix does a set amount of push-ups or sit-ups.
I like
That's what I
that.
was thinking.
Yeah.
And your viewers will encourage you to get moving. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, there
so-
should be another one where Felix eats a bowl of ice cream. People could encourage you to stay the way you are.
Oh, each one balance each other out. Wow. Yeah.
That's so weird.
So douchey.
Yeah.
Someone's
awful.
like, eat a cheesesteak, you bitch.
10 bits 10 bits per push-up, or you donate bits for ice cream like spoonfuls.
Yeah.
Either one.
Three
like, evens
Rocky
it out.
Road chunks.
You guys are trying to kill me.
No, we're just trying to make
I
the
don't appreciate
content
that.
That'd be really cool.
really
I like
engaging.
This. I like this. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this.
And people get used to like watching your body
It's
move, and then you
for
start an
health
OnlyFans.
purposes.
Fine. Okay. He eats a cucumber.
You missed entirely what I said. You missed what I said, Felix.
Live on the stream. No.
Well, no, that makes sense because I mentioned that people are going to get used to watching you do all this motion. Then they'll make an OnlyFans, and then you'll be just raking in the cash.
OnlyFans,
Yeah.
dude. What is that again?
It's like creator-made like porn essentially at this point.
Oh, is that what it
Doesn't have to be, believe it or not.
Wait, OnlyFans? Oh yeah, those things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like those. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
$13.99 a year or a month, so you can see pictures of my taint. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like,
true. That could be your first
uncomfortable
one,
with this.
Felix.
Like, it's just not
first post.
It's not my thing.
You have a very specific niche audience, Felix. I feel like.
So, what would he do though for $13.99 a month? Like,
That's
you'd
whatever you
watch
want.
him like do sit-ups and stuff.
Oh wait, on OnlyFans, or are we talking about?
Yeah,
his
yeah,
regular stream?
OnlyFans.
Depends on whatever content he wants to give out.
It's an interesting
It's not
idea.
up to me.
So you're saying I could use OnlyFans for
Corey Lasko could use OnlyFans.
Yeah, yeah. What could I give people?
Whatever you want. Whatever
Okay.
you're comfortable
I'm
giving.
gonna think about this. Like a
Yeah.
meal.
A meal?
$13.99 a month gets you a meal.
I think you could
Where
actually.
the
Like
There's
maybe
no-
like a recipe card.
People think the OnlyFans
Where Corey
is
comes
all
over
porn,
and
but
makes
it's
them
not.
food.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
That's
if
a
it
lot
was,
of people.
Obviously,
Imagine-
I'd have to approve.
Yeah.
You gotta.
And that would be like
Yeah.
for like
Person
the
calls
top
you-
tier.
Person puts into the highest donation. You got to fly to Vegas.
Okay, so maybe not that. Maybe a FaceTime call where I help them cook over the internet. That's actually a good idea.
Personalized.
See?
Yeah.
Don't no one steal that idea. That's mine.
That sounds more like a Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. That's the other
Incentive.
one. I'm thinking of. Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So every month you could have a cooking sesh with Corey
At
at
a
the
certain
food
tier,
smuggler.
yeah, for sure.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could answer someone's emergency call out at a fast food place when they're not sure what to put together from the ingredients they have.
Oh, I could like offer my private text number for like
Exactly.
fast food emergencies.
Exactly.
That's an interesting idea.
You take their ingredients, mix them around.
This
We're
might be-
giving out way too many
Yeah.
good ideas.
No
for
one
a
let
lot
her
of things.
steal
Brainstorming
Giving all
podcast.
the ideas. out.
Let's take a leap right now and do our quick recaps, and we'll chat about news, and we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
But Corey, I'm glad to have you here.
Yeah, me too.
Glad
I'm
to
glad
get
to
a
be here.
rundown of what we're into, what you're engaged in with your content world, and we can't wait to hear more.
I can't wait to give more.
I'm really pumped that you're here, dude.
Oh, I want to
missed
come
you.
every day. I want to move in.
Feels like I've known you forever.
I know.
Feels like I've known you forever.
Sometimes it seems like we really have
It just clicks.
something.
Did you hear it?
Something's familiar.
They want to hear the clip.
Might be your face. Felix,
No, he's last.
you.
I'll do it.
I'm last. He's
You're
right.
last?
He's last.
He's right.
Okay.
We agreed upon this.
All right, Nia.
we did.
with eye
We
contact.
talked about it before.
Go for it.
I've been playing Iceborne.
Okay, cool.
It's a fun ass game.
Nice.
It's Monster Hunter for anyone out there who's not familiar. I've been streaming it as much as I can, playing as much as I can, remote playing it from far, getting my fill of it. Felix came into my stream last night and saw one of my fights.
That was insane.
Would you like to describe what you saw? Because this is how the game is for me.
There was like a drag. At first, it was a dinosaur. You
Yeah.
were like fighting a dinosaur,
Yeah.
and then in the middle of the fight with the dinosaur, you were with your buddies, and you were both trying to take this thing down, and you couldn't. Then you were like, "Oh shit!"
We were struggling. We were struggling.
Yeah,
the
you
whole
were
fight.
struggling, and then all of a sudden you were like, "Oh shit!" Another one's coming in or something.
Yeah.
And then the dinosaur started fighting this giant ice dragon, and I was like, "What the fuck is?"
They were
happening
fighting each
right
other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they engaged in a turf war, and
You,
then
you two guys were like, "Let's just let them go and see what
yeah,
happens."
you back off and wait for them to stop a little bit. Sometimes I'll get in there,
Do
but
they ever kill each other?
no, not fully. Eventually, like one will give up and like get out
But
of there.
they'll
yeah.
eat down a good chunk of health, right?
Yeah, yeah. Whichever one is like the tougher one,
Yeah.
you'll see like the number pop up like 2,000 damage, and then and then that's it. And then the other guy goes, "Oh, you hurt me," and then he'll run away or whatever. But we were fighting of those two monsters. We were fighting the stronger of the two monsters because we're progressing through the story
That's
of
the
Iceborne.
silver dragon looking one.
Yeah, he was kind of like a griffinish thing, like a
Yeah.
thing. And then like I forgot because there were like in one encounter that you saw. I think that monster engaged with at least two other monsters,
Oh wow!
and we had been in that fight for at least 35 minutes.
You were in there.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
it for probably about 15, 20.
Oh, that's cool.
Before I had to
mean,
go.
you saw like the later half of
Yeah, it was
of
the
the
latter
fight.
half, yeah.
You missed the beginning of the fight where that thing was tossing my ass like a salad.
And you
Like,
guys kept
just
doing a thing.
straight up.
You kept doing
Yummy.
a thing, and I thought
Yeah.
it was pretty cool because I didn't know you could do this. Kept doing a thing where you kept trying to like jump up on the scales of the creature. And
Correct.
what were you trying to do? Inject
So
something in it?
in Iceborne, you got a thing called the Clutch Claw. This is a new item that you
weapon?
acquired. It's just an item that you're given as soon as you get Iceborne unlocked, right?
Okay.
And then the first thing you get is like a tutorial mission to how to use it. And what it does is
You
can
shoot around the map with it?
No, unfortunately, but it's used for attaching
Continue.
yourself to the monsters.
Oh.
So you can do multiple things, right? There's different things you can do. So you'll attach it to yourself to the monster, and you can just do a straight up weapon attack on it. And that's where I go onto the monster, and then you'll see whatever, depending on the weapon you're using, it depends. It's a different animation. But I'll leap up, and then I'll just go down and just like do a full on attack of. And then what it does is it knocks off slinger ammo, which is the projectiles that you acquire. Now, the projectiles have become more useful in Iceborne because what you'll do is if you attach yourself to the face of the monster and then you hit the circle button, which is you're essentially just punching it in the face and you're getting it to change the direction it's facing, right?
Nice.
And then if you can get it to face a wall and then you unload, and this is the third thing you can do with the Clutch Claw, you unload all of the ammo you acquire into its face.
Oh, God.
It explodes and it sends them into the wall. Like they'll just like run and careen into the wall and then it'll knock them over. So what you saw me and my buddy doing was we're trying to attach ourselves to the monster, get the ammo off the monster, and then try and get it to get off its feet because it's essentially it's just dangerous on its feet.
Well, yeah, you want to incapacitate it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And when you do the weapon attack on the monsters on the clutch with the Clutch Claw, you actually weaken the area of its body. You'll see like marks on its body where you attacked it, and you can hit it a lot harder in that sense.
I didn't watch it long enough to know, but
We won. Don't worry.
of course you probably. Are the appendages individually damaged on these beasts?
Is the what?
Or appendages. Like,
Yes.
can you take out its leg and then its leg's fucked
Yes.
and then it
So
can't move?
you get in the game, you get a monster guide it's the description of all the monsters you encounter, and you actually research them as you fight more of them and track them. Some of the tails are severable, so you can straight up cut the tail off. That'll grant you special tail items for crafting because you craft the armor of the beast that you kill. You can break horns depending on the monster. It's all monster dependent. You can knock out teeth if you're hitting them in the face enough. Like,
Oh, wow.
You can literally just like depending on where you're focusing your attacks, you will get items from those parts of the monster. Then there's also killing it and capturing the monster. Those will also grant you different items depending on what kind of armor and weapons you're trying to upgrade. You'll pick according, and like you have a whole guide that shows you the upgrade path of everything, so you know what you need to go for, and you can Google what the monster's got.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, absolutely you can. You
cool.
will do damage, and like for certain monsters, wings are the whole thing. They fly around. If you take their wings out, eventually they will
Then
stop
they
being
can't
airborne.
fucking fly.
Exactly, and that's actually really important a lot of the
Like
time
you,
for the
bitch.
flyers.
Not
But
flying now.
I'm obsessed with this game. I don't know if it's
You've been on for the
noticed.
past couple months.
Yeah, I
You've been
noticed.
back in
I
this grind,
waited
Yeah.
3 months for Iceborne to arrive. Now, I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but for Corey Lasko, last year when I bought this game for the first time, I was like, oh, it's $15 on Amazon. Yeah, I'll try it. I'll play it. They sent me this UK copy from overseas from Amazon. I don't know why that is what arrived, but when it came time for me to upgrade to Iceborne, the expansion, it did not. I bought it on the PSN, the PlayStation Network store, and it didn't recognize my copy of the game
Because it was UK.
because it was a UK copy.
And you're in the United States.
Right. So then I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll just buy the base game digitally and then see if that works. And I did that. The game didn't recognize my save file because it's a UK save file.
That's
What
the
the
wildest
fuck?
part.
That's what happened. So then I'm like, I guess I have to order the complete package from England so I don't lose my save file, like my 100-hour character here. And then I had to wait like 3 weeks for it to arrive from the UK Amazon store.
Fucking
It's such a stupid bug.
Now you're locked into that
is it
forever.
a bug? Or
I can never,
never-
unless Iceborne, if Monster Hunter
The
World
only
2 comes
thing
out,
I
I'm
can-
just gonna buy the American copy and just call it a day.
Right.
Like, you should be able
Why
to
would they have a
import your
different
save
Why would they have a different save?
Because it
file?
probably just reads it as like .uk or something.
Yeah,
it's
and
probably
it's-
like some
indeed.
prefix in there that just
Yeah.
doesn't compute.
So for people out there,
So that's all it has to
not
be. That's all it-
consoles are not region locked, but they are save locked to whatever
So
copy of the game you
Wild.
have. Yeah.
Very
and that's all Amazon's fault at the end of the day.
It's-
at the end of the day,
at
that's
the end of the
really-
day, it's
unless
their fucking
you
fault.
click UK,
Let's
but would it?
let's
I may have bought it used from like a private seller.
But still, it
let's
was-
blame Jeff
It's
Bezos,
Jeff
for
Bezos'
more
fault.
things.
Goddamn
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
dude.
fucking Bezos.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that game's really fun. And it's a good time. I know we got people in the community who want to play it with me on PC. Sorry, I've got this character.
Just
and I'm playing Iceborne.
make a PC character.
I did.
Well, there you go.
I bought it, but I
There you
don't
go.
have Iceborne on it. But like,
Oh, you bought it on the PC as well.
I did to play with like some of the people in our Discord, and I played a
You're
bunch
living
of
that
them.
Felix Hergood life.
That's what I feel like right now. It's not even kidding. I felt when I did that, I was like, I'm doing the Felix Fallout move. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'll probably have more to talk about last week. We're crushing through the story right now because we're just fighting these stronger, newer monsters, and it's like, it's tough, man. It's tough as nails.
I do have a question for you about some of the mechanics. Can you bring that new claw weapon back to like the original base game areas?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Does that break some fights? that weren't designed with it.
Maybe, but like when I noticed when Iceborne came out and I didn't have it, and I was like calling in SOS flares, people would just come in and they'd just be like latching onto these monsters and tearing them apart.
Yep.
And I'd be like, I just have the sword, I guess, fine.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a thing.
That's pretty
you
cool.
can definitely bring that into
Nice.
the old game.
I'm glad it's not locked only to the new area.
No, it's definitely not, and neither is like the armor and anything. Like anything that in Iceborne can come
It
back
works
into
everywhere.
the old
Nice.
one.
Nice.
All right, who's next?
I'll go. I'm not going to take too much time because I haven't done anything like that new or different this week gaming wise. Still like rotating through Destiny 2, Stardew Valley, Final Fantasy 14. I do want to mention on the show, if no one has heard yet, if they haven't been into my streams, I have a bet going on currently with Jay and Andy in the podcast. Andy bet me $10 at first that I would not hit 970, which is the highest power level you can hit in this season of Destiny.
I don't see why you couldn't do that.
Well, because I took a couple months off. So I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball right now with this.
How far behind?
Is he giving you a time frame?
We'll get there. Well, that's got to be done by the end of the season. By the end of this season specifically.
Okay.
Because what happened between the two seasons is they bumped everyone up by 10 power level, essentially. So I'll be able to get to 970 easily on day 1 of the next season. So I got to do it before the season ends.
Gotcha. Yep.
And then someone was in there. Oh, Jay was in the chat in Discord and asked if we want to double the bet. I thought he meant like just double Andy's bet to make it $20.
Just matching him.
So I said, sure. All right, $20. Easy. I'm still going to be able to get it done. Then Jay's like, no, I meant I want to get on the action. So I said, I'm still going to win this. I'll take your money too. So now it's a $30 bet, $10 with Jay, $20 with Andy.
Is it whoever gets to it first? 970 first?
No, it's just if I can do it. I'm betting that I can. They're betting that I can't. So if I get to
He's
970,
betting against you.
I get 20 from Andy and I get 10 from Jay. If I don't hit 970, which needs to be 970 in all of my gear slots, then I pay $20 to Andy and $10 to Jay.
Damn.
So right now
You got some Destiny in to do.
I'm 966.7.
How hard can it possibly be?
It's pretty hard because you only have like 5 sources a week, roughly. Well, no, there's more drops, but like 3 places a week where you can get gear that's dropping above 960. It's called pinnacle gear.
Now, does it count if it's not if you're dim max level, like you're you know how like dim will do your max level?
One of the reasons I stopped playing.
We're not including the bonus you get
Pay to win
from experience from leveling up. Would you like to?
No, I was making the point that because there's so many, the way Bungie does it is they limit per week the ways you can get gear drops.
Well, that's what any
Yeah.
MMO
I
does,
know.
honestly.
It's
It's a
frustrating.
cap. Yeah, they have like a.
I'm sure there are limits in
XP cap.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh,
for
there definitely
things you
is.
can earn every week.
There probably definitely is. I don't know if there is.
Final
in Fallout.
Fantasy.
They
Final
haven't
Fantasy has it.
I don't think Fallout is well thought out.
It's not a real MMO.
I don't think so either.
Not really
Felix.
thought out
just
well
FYI.
enough. Yeah.
But no, Final Fantasy 14 does the same thing.
Yeah,
You get
you
weekly
have to,
and daily bonuses.
because your highest tier gear, they want to make you play the game as long as possible to earn that. So
artificially stretch that.
you can earn this stuff, but of course it's going to be all randomized and based on luck and all that stuff. So I got a good strategy. I have good ways to like kind of mitigate bad RNG as it happens. So and I'm pretty confident that I'm going to make it happen. So
I believe in
that's
you.
the update with that. Other cool thing that happened in the Destiny world is that I got to raid with some like legitimate speedrunners in the community 2 nights ago.
How'd that go?
It went amazing. I mean, I did the newest raid, which with people on our Discord, like if everyone knows what they're doing and is in kind of like a good groove, we can get it done in like an hour. I did these raids with these guys in 35 minutes in one and then 32 minutes for the second one.
Where'd
It was
you meet 'em?
wild. I have
half
a
the
pretty
time.
good Twitter rapport with someone named Swifty. He's big in the community. He's just he hangs out with everyone. He's in the speedrunner community as well. He's just a very social gamer, and he knows a lot of these people. He hit me up for some raid help because we just have a good rapport, right, online. And I didn't help him out one other time. He was helping with Sherpas when the raid was new because we were all in there week 1 learning how to do it. So like I had like 5 clears that first weekend and was teaching people in the Discord. He hit me up for help at a certain point, bringing new people in, and I couldn't do it because of my schedule. So he hit me up 2 nights ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll hop in. Game with a speedrunner. Then I realized as I'm playing these raids that I recognized 2 of the names that are in my fire team. One is Shockwave. The other player's name is Milk. Shockwave and Milk were 2 of the speedrunners that just did the AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick speedrun
Oh, really?
of the Last Wish raid, which was also AGDQ's
I think I
first
watched that.
MMO ever speedrun.
Yeah,
And
I did-
Shockwave
then I did watch
himself
that.
was the one that got the 1000 voices at the end of the Ready to Drop, two
Oh
back to back.
my- I saw that and I could not believe my eyes.
It threw me off because his Discord name in our voice chat when we were hanging out was Mr. 2KV, and I didn't get it. But
That
then I'm
makes
like,
sense.
now it makes
That
sense.
makes sense.
So that was wild. It was a really really cool experience.
Oh, that's a lot of
So,
fun, man. That's
yeah.
pretty awesome
It was cool. It was a good time.
to hang out with
That's
those
great,
guys.
dude.
Yeah.
That's like the time I played PUBG with sorry, I'm gonna name drop Danny, God, from No Clip. You know what No Clip is?
Danny Dwyer.
I know No Clip.
Danny
I don't know
Dwyer.
the name.
Danny
oh,
Dwyer.
you're-
I played PUBG with him.
Oh,
one
that's
night.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. And a guy named
He's probably
MC
sitting
Fixer.
in the office just playing it.
Yeah, well, he was into the game back when it was like really big and blowing up, and he was in the Kind of Funny Discord because he was actually part of Kind of Funny for a little bit, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm a mod of the
chilling.
community,
Nice,
so
yeah.
I get privileges."
Oh.
That's right.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
but we hopped in a group with him and we played a few rounds. That was
Nice, dude.
really fun. Sorry, I just had the name drop.
No, it's
there.
cool. I know. I just spent a whole story name dropping, so that's fine. I did actually watch that Final Fantasy 14 documentary from No Clip, by the way. I know you've
It's
been
good.
referring that to me for a while.
It's good,
It was great.
but Danny does a good job of doing that whole thing. There is a better multi-part YouTube series
Ooh.
where he documents 11 into 14 and the
please-
development.
Please send.
And he
Please
goes
send.
and he does it in parts. He does it in like what was the development of 1.0 like, and then the release, and then the downfall,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
he goes into it real deep.
Need
It's a really
that
good
in
one.
my life. Okay.
I'll send that to you.
Thank you. But yeah, that's about all that was new for me. Corey, do you want to do a recap of what you gamed in the past 7 days or so, roughly?
What I've gamed in the past 7
Just
days.
like a fun story, what you've been playing, something like that. You know.
Well, I would say that really the only thing I'm playing right now is because I do a lot of just editing and watching Twitch. The only thing I really play is I've been playing Ages of Empire
Oh.
because they remastered it not too long ago.
Oh,
Ages of Empire
shit.
2.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, so me and my buddy.
dude.
What's
were
that
playing, PC.
PC.
I think it's. I want to say it's also on PS4.
Probably.
Oh, I'm sorry, Xbox. Because I think I had to log in at one point with the Microsoft Store. I forget. But it's definitely on PC. That's what I'm playing it on. Yeah, I mean, I played it when I was a kid, and it was awesome. And now it's still awesome. That's
I downloaded
Good to know. Great to know. It's still awesome.
last week on the PS4. I downloaded, I think, an Age of Empires knockoff. It's called Grand Ages Medieval, and I mentioned it on the show.
That sounds like an iPhone game.
Dude,
Grand Ages.
update. It's a medieval economics game, and I can't even fucking play it because I don't understand it. You actually
You
have
got to study medieval economics.
You have
first.
to know
Gotta go to the
how
pedia, dude.
economy systems in the medieval time work to play this game. I'm like, I'm done.
You need
Fun.
to, you need to
That-
trade
I
your
deleted-
daughter for a dowry and some
Dude.
goats.
It
That
was
sounds like a
so
learning
fucking-
experience
It was
to me,
so
honestly.
fucking weird, man. I was expecting this to be half kind of intuitive, and I couldn't even figure it out.
You were stoked on it when you showed me.
Yeah, I did. I went in. It looks visually cool.
You were like, look at the map.
Yeah, and,
Look at the map.
and then dude,
It's like I
and then I
understand how to fucking play
tried.
this.
I tried to like build and earn and make money, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wasn't earning, and I was like, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this.
I certainly-
Deleted it from the PS4.
Yeah, no. Those economics.
I took away from you though.
No. I mean,
That's it.
that was it. I mean, Ages of Empire, and then I watched a lot of Escape from Tarkov on
That's
Twitch.
very macro Age of Empire. You have the whole battlefield in front of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, this time around, I have been playing a lot online because I don't think it was really. Maybe it was a thing back in the day, but I didn't play it back in the day online. So now you can play against people, and you kind of really learn how bad you are at a game when you play against other people. So that's really. I've been doing that, and then I, been reassessing and playing locally, and getting really good and better as to what I think is better than going online and getting even more destroyed by
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
sounds like the workflow.
What's the do you pick like a civilization with that one?
Yep, and each
Who are you?
civilization. Well, I like the Britons because I know that they're white. No, no, I like
course.
those. I like those because if you have voices on, people constantly say things, and at least the people on the Britons are English,
Oh,
and
you're
it's not
speaking
like
English.
just like
Got it.
oh ha ho no. Like those are the noises you hear. Like you click on.
I was like, what the fuck?
A villager who's like a woman from any other country that I can't even pronounce that they made up for this game, and you go click on this tree, and it's like "Potato," and it just makes noises like "Okay, potato, get out," but and it's like the whole time. Or
It's
you
almost
turn,
like,
very
like
Sims.
sim language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes you want to turn off, but it's like it's supposed to be a language, and it might be. It really might be a language that I'm butchering and like being offensive, but it's not. It's just game nonsense at that point because it doesn't really mean anything, especially when every time you do this action,
You get the
it
same
makes
little
the
thing.
same thing, and you do this action like a billion times in a game.
Yeah.
So that's why I went towards the Britons, just because it's like, yes sir. Here I go, and at least
you
it's
hear
like,
little- I
yeah, and
gotcha,
at least
I
they're
gotcha.
saying words.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's probably the actual language, dude.
Oh, I'm sure it is because it's English for some of them too. Like I think the Vikings are English too, but there are some where if you get these ones, you ride elephants, or if you get these ones, you ride a horse. So there are benefits to the civilizations, but I only base it on their language because it's very annoying. Or you could turn voices off, but I think when you do that, it like hurts you from knowing when you're being attacked somewhere too.
Yeah, I think there's a benefit.
Exactly. So I like to have at least the voices on. But yeah, that's really the only game I've been playing for I would say all of 2020 because like my BR life just kind of dwindled out.
Yeah.
Just because like if you want to get good at a BR, you got to play it a lot, but playing it a lot means losing a lot, and losing a lot makes me sad. So
That is the equation.
That is the way.
Yep.
This
So-
is the way.
Yeah.
you know, if I just play Ages of Empire, I could
you're
kill
good.
as many fictitious fake elephants that are
Just
NPCs.
just don't go online.
You know what I mean? Just don't go
Yeah,
online.
then you're fine.
Where the 8-year-olds are that destroy me.
They will destroy you as 8-year-olds. Felix are good.
Well, I was just gonna say last week I did a God stream. God came over, and
Graced you.
we finally had a chance to play Warriors co-op, and it worked really great, like it did back in the day.
Nice.
So we played the Warriors co-op. In case anyone didn't catch that podcast, a couple episodes back, I talked about how I downloaded for $14.99 on my PlayStation from the PlayStation Store the Warriors, the original Rockstar port, which really is not. They say it's a remaster in the fucking text of the goddamn purchase screen.
looks like a straight port.
It is
honestly.
literally just a move it over here and make sure it fits with the fucking controller map.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, but it's fine. It's fine. It still holds up.
Didn't they
It's
still
a
have?
great
Oh,
game.
yeah, because you were showing me this. They literally still have this like insert your memory card
Yeah.
frames.
It's, all that
It's a
shit
port.
shows up.
Yeah.
That's
all
a
that shit shows up, and I'm like, when I first saw it, I'm like, wait a minute, do we have to get a memory card or?
At least on the
Where's my
PS3, you
PS2
could
memory
make
card?
You
a
used to have,
virtual one.
yeah, you used to have to make.
But
You
there's no
used
system.
to have to do.
Wait,
that.
on the PS3?
Yeah.
You had to
Okay.
make,
Make a
made a
I was
virtual-
going to
virtual
say you could do that on the PS3.
card.
I didn't think you could.
You
do
can't do it on the 4.
Yeah. Oh, on the 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 doesn't really have that kind of.
And obviously, no,
support.
that you couldn't have a virtual one on the 2.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I thought you said at first.
Yeah.
I was going to say how.
No, it was just for emulation or putting a disc in for the versions of the PS3 that could support backwards compatibility.
But I've been going back and forth between mainly 2 games this whole week. Obviously, you know what one is, and there's some news related to that.
we're
one.
gonna talk about it.
But before I get into that, the other one, so the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Nintendo Switch has a second DLC that they released, which I mentioned on previous episodes, which is the 4 X-Men characters of Phoenix and Gambit and Phoenix, Gambit, Cable, and one more. I don't remember who the third one is or the fourth one is. But they released with that a new mode called the Danger Room, and that is a certain amount of days. I think it's like 55 days long running event where you can earn special skins. And this past week they released new skins. So like for Miss Marvel, you get like streetwear. Miles Morales, you get like streetwear.
You have to earn these while you're.
You earn them by playing the tiers. There's like 35 tiers you have to earn for the event in 55 days. So it's very doable. It's very doable.
Right.
But I've been doing that to try and earn the extra costumes for the characters because it just makes them look different or cool or
Sure.
whatever.
Totally.
So I've been trying to earn that, and then of course I've been putting in time on both the PlayStation and the Xbox for Fallout 76. You know, I play with whoever's available. You know, whatever.
Do you have like a better character on one?
I've been playing longer, obviously, on the Xbox.
Xbox.
I mean, on the Xbox, I have a level 95 character, and now my current, and that's entirely a melee build. I actually have my first character I ever played was on Xbox, and that character made it to level 31. But that character I didn't really put a focus in. You know, like that level 31 character has guns, and the cards are all fucking weird. I don't, you know, you have like these perk cards that
Your
you
trial
Yeah.
character. Yeah.
So I have this level 95 that I did pretty much all of the main story. So on that character, it's complete. However, we talked about in the past how I signed up for Fallout first, and then had the scrap glitch where the all my scrap vanished. But I had created a new character for that because I thought it would be knowing their fucking track record. I thought it'd be fucking stupid to use my level 95, right?
Right.
Can't blame me for that, right?
You're right.
Smart
It's
move.
very safe.
So I go, and I had about 200 scrap. That's all I lost was like 250 scrap or some shit of various different materials. And I'm like, okay. But then they, back and forth, they finally award me like 10,000 of each item on this character that I made. So I said, fuck it. I'm just going to take this character in a different direction. So this character is a gun build. I'm focusing on the various types of gun builds you can do. And I haven't decided on which one I want because when you get into the end game, certain guns have legendary modifiers, and it gives you the ability to build your character a certain way. Like a vampire modifier shows up on a bunch of different guns, and vampire modifying allows you to shoot things and get health back. You know,
Nice.
So you can do a vampire build. But there's another one called a bloodied build. If you get bloodied weapons, bloodied melee or bloodied guns, bloodied weapons. You do more damage with the less health you have. So what people do
Got it.
is they irradiate themselves so that they have all this irradiation, and then use the bloodied weapons and bloodied gear, and then ultimately what that gives them is the maximum like damage output. So there are dudes.
That's like almost a glass cannon build. Like almost.
It is
Yeah.
pretty glass cannon because you have very little health when you're running around.
Right.
But there are dudes. You know, the Scorch Beast is the most terrifying creature in the game.
Right.
There are dudes who can one-shot punch Scorch Beasts when they're doing a bloodied build. It's the most
One punch
It's
man.
clearly
Pretty cool,
the most
yeah.
powerful build in the game.
Yeah.
Because if you max out all the perk cards and then you make sure that you max out all the bloodied shit, basically what you end up doing as a strategy is you bloody yourself up, but then you put all these perk cards on that help your character ignore damage. So like there's a bunch of perk cards where like if you max them out, like damage just won't hit you.
Right.
You know, at all. You know, minimal explosive damage, minimal gunfire damage, you know, all
But
those
obviously, you
different
can
ones.
survive a lot more using that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So this way you can survive more. David Cable, the guy who plays with me from Scotland, who plays with me on a regular basis, he's doing a bloody build, and you're always looking at his health, and people are like, "Do you need some Radaway, bud?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "No,
Nah,
no,
I'm good.
no, I want to stay irradiated."
Yeah.
Also, if you're irradiated, you can maintain mutations. Like there are end game mutations in this game that help you to jump. Like you can jump up on buildings and shit. Like
shit.
all this crazy end game mutation shit
I mean,
that people can
the way
do.
you talk about this game sounds really fun.
I know.
I'm not gonna
it's
say-
a lot of
I'm not
fun.
gonna lie.
On paper, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, because I've watched you play it, and like
Does it look like I'm having a shitty time?
it doesn't look like you're having a bad time. It just doesn't look like the amazingness you just explained.
That is true.
That's
Not
That's
a bad
accurate.
one
That's
right there.
accurate.
I mean, yeah, it's still the game that it is. You know, it's a Fallout game. It's fucking
Yeah,
it's unpolished.
I
and
think I
weird.
own 4 Fallout games, and
Yeah.
guess how many I played for more than 2 hours?
Oh well, yeah.
All of them.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I knew it.
because I, don't
I
like
said this
them,
to
it's
somebody
just
the
I
other
just
day.
lose interest
Yo,
so fast.
I said this to somebody the other day. I said the only people who are true Fallout fans are people who are obsessed with the scrap loop. If you're not into the scrap loop,
The 76 fans.
no, I mean
Specifically.
just Fallout fans in general.
I feel like I wasn't.
I mean, because
of
when you
scrap
take away all that other stuff,
What stuff?
the story and all that crap,
Oh, just the looting aspect.
right?
The exploring
the
and looting.
true fans are the ones who are still there, just scrapping and looting and scrapping and.
Isn't that that's a metaphor for life, though?
But,
honestly.
but like, aren't true fans the people who are a fan? Like, I'm not saying true fan.
That's
lightly
such a
here,
vague term.
but like, the people who are upset that 76 wasn't what it was, and who want the story and lore, like, you know, are they not fans?
I'm not saying they're not fans.
I think you are.
How long?
I'm saying at the game's core,
Yeah.
it's a scrap loot game. That's
For
what
sure.
It is. That's
Yeah.
really what it is.
And like even the old, if you were to compare it to like 4, it's like the story is there.
If
but
anything,
it's really the gameplay loop you're looking at.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I did it in every single one of the games. It's not like it wasn't there. It's not like when I was in the story version of the game, I, spent all this time just playing the story. I
Right.
always did the management of inventory. That's what it really comes down to. And that can be incredibly cumbersome for a lot of different people out there.
Yeah. Or
can't-
meditative for people. Some
It's
people.
very meditative for me.
Do you think you would ever be interested in a game like Escape from Tarkov? Because it's kind of the same thing where it's like inventory
Everything that people have
management.
described about that game sounds very appealing, except for the fucking fact that there's other people there.
Yeah.
that are trying
So that's
to
the
blow your
difference
brains
of
out.
Fallout.
I am now playing with Fallout first, and I will only play Fallout 76 with Fallout first because I get a private world and no one's fucking there.
So, but you can still play with other people.
Yeah, I can bring my friends in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on in, people. And I've been doing that on stream. Like people are getting.
Is it cross-platform or is it just
now?
So you play on Xbox?
Yeah, and PS4.
But okay, yeah, that's what you're
Which
saying.
means I pay for it twice. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. But,
If I was gonna buy one of them, where would I buy if I wanted to play with you more?
oh, it doesn't matter.
Really?
If you
You
were
play evenly on
enthusiastic,
both? 'Cause I
right
have-
now I don't play evenly on PS4,
Well, I
but I
wouldn't
have a
buy that.
character that's like level 40 with a ton of fucking resources because
Gotcha,
I have
gotcha.
put a ton of effort into that as well. If you told me tomorrow, the guy that I play PS4 with is infrequent because of his schedule.
Yeah.
If you told me tomorrow I bought Fallout 76 on the PS4, I would not let you down, bro. I would fucking
He'd be
there.
there.
Well, I'm definitely gonna buy MLB, and now I might buy Fallout as well.
Well,
because you play in the mornings, right?
Yeah.
Selling all
Dude,
these
that
things.
would get me to wake up at 7 every
Dude,
AM
and the
every
other
day. That'd
thing,
be awesome.
the other thing you get is you get access to my private world when you play with me.
I would love
hate
your
that.
private world, man.
Here's the
I
thing
want to
that
come
you
into your
get.
private world.
You play Fallout 76 with me.
I hate that I sound like
Come
a fucking
inside my private world.
I hate.
Yeah.
I sound
Protection
like a
free.
dude. I sound like a pimp.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on in to our.
Here's
Come
what
to
a
my
partnership
private server.
could look like between me and you.
I want to touch your private world.
No, but
That
seriously,
deal sounds sweet, baby.
seriously, you could
come
come
back to
in, hang out.
Touch
know.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Touch his scrap box.
Yeah.
Touch his.
touch my
yours.
scrap.
I can fondle your scrap box. Dude,
You're not-
fondle my scrap box would be a good Fallout shirt.
We're the name of a band.
There you
There
go.
you go. There you go.
The third band for your umbrella, your network, Corey.
Fondle my scrap
Now,
box.
Felix, do you want to dive
Let's
into what's
dive
coming
into
up?
the news. We're going right into the news. Segue.
You want me to introduce it? You want me to do it? You want to do it?
I
I'll
was
do
gonna say
it.
Go ahead.
segue.
Very exciting things have happened because they finally have set a date, April 7th of this year. They're going to release the Wastelanders DLC. The trailer came out and big announcements on the Fallout Twitter. What that means is, and this is lore friendly, it means that all of the current Wastelanders, the people that we're playing, the people in the vault, have killed enough of the beasts from the world to attract into the world again more people. Raiders who are outside of this West Virginia section. And then I see in the video, I see Raiders, I see maybe some of the factions that are already present in the game are going to come back.
Yeah.
in.
So it says they're adding a new faction main
Could be new
quest,
factions.
and they're revamping the original main quest. So they're
Good.
actually redoing it. It seems like.
Probably not, because the original main quest is about a group of survivors that didn't make it.
Right.
So they're not going to add NPCs to the original main quest. But, I mean, I'd be surprised if they did that, because they're not going to change the story they already told, which is someone, all these people attempted to survive, and they didn't survive. They died.
For those listening at home, we just were watching a trailer while we were talking about this. It looks fantastic. Like, this game does not look like the game that we all talk about all the time.
That the world loathes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, they make it look great.
They make it look
real good.
Really good.
So in this article on PC Gamer, they're saying, along with the new faction-based main quest, side quests, the announcement email sent to PC Gamer also says the original main quest on Fallout 76 has been revamped, though we don't know exactly how yet.
Now, what does the revamp mean? I don't
They don't know exactly how yet.
I know. No, but
I don't know what could it mean.
From a player's perspective, I just don't. They're going to change it so that it has NPCs in it.
They'll probably make it so it meshes more with
Yeah,
what they're
I'm
adding.
sure there
to
was
the
some
world.
kind of workflow thing or a just some hiccup that didn't seem natural or didn't play.
I will
out
tell
well
you
enough.
one thing in there that is really interesting. There's a location that shows in both trailers, this one and then the one that came out originally, and it's called the.
Oh, they're adding bows. Oh man,
It's a crashed. Space station.
cool.
That crashed space station.
That's a common thing in Fallout.
You've been to that one though, right?
In
It's in
76?
it's in the Toxic Valley. It's up north.
No.
You probably haven't.
I probably have not
So
gotten
the
there.
crashed space station only ever has just a spawn of some ghouls or a spawn of some super mutants and a bunch of doorways that you can't get into. The shots that you see in that trailer
in the spaceship.
are shots of it being like taken over by some kind of group, and because what they're going to do is a time jump. The impression I'm getting is they're going to do a time jump. Time passed. Certain parts of the map are going to be completely changed and worked over.
Like they'll jump ahead like 50 years, 100 years, something.
No,
like that.
I don't think they're going to jump years ahead. I think this is supposed to be like months or
Got
a
it.
year ahead
Got
or
it.
2 years or whatever. And you're jumping ahead, and then you're going to be so certain sections of the map could look entirely different, which I think is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Probably same exact map, but they put some work into it to change it.
Sure.
And when I say they, I mean the people, the Wastelanders, the people who came back in, as according to the lore and the story. So I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait because here's the other thing: the new development with me is there is now a solid on my Xbox, not on my PlayStation. You could become part of the
I
PlayStation.
just put the Xbox one, or the PlayStation
But
one. in my cart.
on the Xbox, I have a solid squad.
flip-flopping.
Now. On the Xbox, I have a solid squad of 4 people that regularly play on the box, so I can finally do the fucking Vault 94 raid.
There you
which
go,
I never
dude.
had
That's
the chance to
that's
do.
some cool content.
If it's
to
still
tackle.
available after April 7th, because I don't know if Vault 94 raid is still going to be. On
I
the
think
map.
the
got
last
time.
the last thing this game needs is to cut a
To cut
raid out of its
content.
content.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they
I
better
don't
not
think
do
that's
that.
I
going to be a thing they're doing.
completely agree with you. But they're in this trailer, man. They're pimping out a new beginning, like almost as if to say,
Yeah, they.
"This is
fucked
it,
up.
you guys.
We fucked
We
up.
are. This is the reboot."
Maybe when they say, I mean, this is pure speculation. Don't quote me on anything. But maybe when they say they've revamped the main quest or whatever they're calling that, maybe they mean it's truly a new start. Like you won't be able to play the beginning the way that it was after this
Right.
point.
They
I
might
don't know.
send you on a different trajectory.
I mean,
'Cause
I'm definitely leaning in the direction of
Well-
I'm going to create a new PlayStation, a new Xbox.
Here's the
character.
thing. Think about it this way. They're adding these characters into the world. It's going to edit the world as you know it, right? So you can't be doing the same main story quest where no one is around and you're
Right, right.
listening to tapes. Like they're going to have to change how that feels.
I
And I
agree.
totally understand how that is a way of saying
Yeah,
the main
because-
quest has to be different. Because
Yeah,
it
when
doesn't make
when
sense.
somebody comes out of the vault, it's not going to be like an empty world. It's going to have people.
Right.
The way it is now, you follow this fucking overseer that came
Via
out of the
tape
vault
recorders,
first via
yeah.
tape recorders.
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
like
It's a fun time.
I
That was good.
enjoy it, but yeah, I can
I'll
understand
tell you
why
what.
people were.
I looked at my
critical.
calendar. I brought my calendar up. No game I care about comes out that weekend.
One
I'll
does
reinsta-
for me. I'm kind of fucked because
I'll reinstall it.
what comes out April 3rd?
Resident Evil. Maybe
Resident Evil.
Maybe I won't.
Yeah,
'Cause I'd
so
rather-
Resident
I'd rather
Evil's
play
gonna
that
come
game.
out, and I'm
What's
gonna
that
have
coming out for?
Everything.
everything,
okay.
but I'm getting it on PlayStation.
You're very right.
But like when that comes out, that's
Oh,
on
no.
that's on the fucking 3rd.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at the wrong month. Yeah, it's chalk between 7 and 3.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7-3. Sorry. Not going to do it.
That's
Not doing it.
unfortunate, dude.
Yeah.
No,
Unfortunate release date.
no, I feel you. It's going to be tight that week. I mean, Kevin Oates said it pretty plainly. He said, "What are you gonna get that? What did he say? He said you're gonna get that platinum trophy for 3 like in the first week." And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're fine, dude. Just
No
play
rush.
3 when you can, and then go. Just ping pong back and forth between 3 and 76." And I was like, "All right."
Makes sense.
So yeah,
Makes a
it'll
lot
be
of
fun.
sense.
It'll be fun.
Sweet. You ready for the next piece of news?
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to bring this up because we're still hot off the precipice of these new consoles, right? It's all we're going to talk about until we know what this thing is.
I like how can I just say I like how you merged like two colloquialisms together, hot off the precipice.
You like that? That's just off the top of my brain, too. It's a beautiful mind situation.
I appreciate it. Combining them all into one.
So there was a cool interview here about announced with one of the PlayStation heads,
Yeah.
and they were talking about like, when are you guys going to announce this? What do you think the price is going to be?
Because they've
And-
acknowledged that it exists, like with the logo announcement and all that
companies,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Everyone knows that the PS5. We obviously know. We've seen literally what the Xbox X
Series X.
Series X looks
Yeah.
like. God, these naming schemes.
I know.
But
it's gonna be
Sony
annoying.
hasn't actually said we're ready to give you a console. All they said is this thing exists. Here is the logo. It's all. Other than that, it's like smoke and mirrors
The
Right.
logo.
from Sony at least.
Exactly.
The logo.
Did you see their logo reveal?
The PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
well,
were-
it was-
Oh yeah, when
They-
the video of
they
it.
revealed it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They
was at
revealed it.
CES.
dude.
Yeah. I watched it in lyric
then
stream with 30,000 people.
Someone did
Lulling.
a meme video of like this is the reveal, and it was like
A Photoshop.
and then it was a person going like backspace, and the number went
And
out.
then it was five.
Five.
Same text.
Why would they reveal that?
Beautiful.
They revealed their workflow.
It's
dude.
about building hype, right? It's about building that excitement,
That
and I
built-
think
that
they're
built
doing
me
it.
up.
And we're definitely ready for it. And here's what I think we got out of this interview. A lot of people are talking about is that they are waiting for Microsoft to announce their price, because I think they want to get ahead of the competition for pricing this thing. And I feel like Microsoft is also waiting to announce the price, because they don't want to have what happened to them in 2012 when they announced $500 and Sony went $400.
Yep.
That was one of the nails in that coffin back then.
What is
Yeah.
too late to announce? I guess technically no one has to, right?
No,
Like, they
they
could
don't.
just drop it.
They could be like,
Black Friday this year. Could be a new console out of nowhere.
I mean, that's way late. I don't think that's entirely
but like
that's possible.
But there's no rules to this, right? They could play that game.
well, what do you think? They'll be like, pre-orders are live, but how much is it? What
Well,
am I
it'll-
putting down? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can you do that?
I don't know. I don't think anybody
They'd
knows.
have to give you the price of the pre-order. Actually, that's not true, because you can pre-order the Tesla truck and they only have projected prices right now.
Oh,
You-
seriously?
Yeah. You put
It's $100
$1,000 down, or is it
That's
100?
$100.
It's
$100
$100. Completely refundable.
To reserve it.
I almost
Yeah,
did it,
exactly.
dude.
My buddy did do it.
You put $100 down on a
and
car.
you get
To
buy-
reserve it.
And,
The
and
Cybertruck
it goes
we're talking
towards
about
the
specifically.
truck.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes towards the truck, but it's completely refundable. It's just to put your name in that line.
It's weird.
And that's another situation where like that price they gave is based on what they think they can sell it for then, because the battery prices will go down and they'll be cheaper to build. Like if they built that truck now, it would be much more expensive than
That's
projected.
so funny.
Yeah.
Because
So I feel like it's the same kind of situation.
So this executive, Hiroki Todoki, said, first we must absolutely control the labor and labor cost, control the labor cost, the personnel cost. It must be controlled, and that leads to what should be recognized as a cost. I feel like that's like very much like they're trying to figure out like what can they charge this at this time during production and labor.
I think that's. I mean, this is all conjecture. I don't know his brain, obviously, but
No.
this sounds like jargon to me, or like finding an excuse that
As to why
sounds
they
right,
haven't done
because
the
like
announcement.
this is their literal business is to create these consoles and design this stuff. He knows exactly what the labor cost is, the
But
material
here's
cost.
the thing. Here's the thing about a console, if I can interject.
Interject.
Yeah, do it.
I think that the money for a console is not made on the console. It's made on the commitment of the consumer buying games for you. So Sony and PS4 need to come out with a price that entices people to commit to that forever. Consider that. So that's why the $500 price point killed the Xbox, is because you now have like unless you're Felix, you don't have two consoles. You pick one. So that's what they're trying to fight on. They're trying to fight for that initial crave. So they don't want to be whoever puts up the price first. The second one's gonna
Well, I'm definitely
gonna
Well, that's,
beat it.
I know.
I may have two consoles over there.
Yeah.
But when these fucking things come out, I'm buying the cheaper one.
That's and everyone will probably go that route
Definitely
because
gonna
But also,
fucking
Felix, here's the thing, and this is the thing that Microsoft is positioning itself for, is they're setting themselves up as a service company for the next generation. And they've been doing this with Game Pass. They've been doing it with the rumored different SKUs of the new console. Because I think, for the most part, what Phil Spencer has said already was there will be no game locked on the Series X that you won't be able to play on your current Xbox. It'll scale. Like you will buy the Xbox One version of your game of Halo, the new Halo, or you'll buy the other version of the Halo for the Series X. Then the quality will scale across the hardware.
but does it scale from down up?
It will No, it'll be
all my old Xbox 360 games will look awesome on the Xbox or X series or Series
no.
X?
You won't get that bump up.
okay.
You'll get like Halo Infinite will be the quality at which the console that you purchase it on.
Gotcha.
You're not going to get like a 360 game looking
Yeah, that's
fresh,
right. Yeah,
right? Like you're going to get like they're going to any game they release on the Series X will be playable on the other old consoles, the Xbox One X and One.
Yeah, like
More or less, they're going to be more of a service.
I'll be able to play. You're saying original Xbox or no?
No, the one you got here, the one.
And when you say service, is it a monthly?
Game Pass is, yes.
And is that required or is that something you can get?
It's optional.
Optional.
And here's the thing: they also offer these games on PC.
But isn't it now?
You can play them on
Game
PC?
Pass is now
Yes.
tied into
The whole Microsoft ecosystem.
No, but Game Pass is tied into the playing on live, right?
No.
They're not.
They're
No.
separate services.
But you can buy a package. I'm paying for a package that has them together.
Then yeah. So I have a feeling when the Series X comes out and they go into more detail about it, they're going to announce they're gonna try and bundle these things as much as possible and make it all uniform for you, so it's less confusing because that'll be ideal.
180 a year. I mean, both companies, it's the same. It's 180 a year.
So yeah, like for example, I'm subscribed to Game Pass right now, and this month they announced Final Fantasy 15 is coming out for it, and they're giving you all these like
Yep.
new, fresher games, and they're giving it to you on Xbox and PC. So the hardware is going to be tertiary to whatever they're doing, right? It's going to be like if you want to play in your living room with the best quality, boom, there's your box. You don't? That's fine. You can still buy our games, subscribe to our service, right? But with Sony, it's a little bit different because,
because
they
they
rely more on their hardware
And the exclusives that they have.
and the exclusives.
And
Absolutely.
that's what we were talking about before the stream
Yeah.
got started. MLB is not coming to Xbox until when?
I want to say 2022.
Yeah.
I want to say 2022.
And I didn't even realize until you pointed that out that it's not on Xbox.
Nowhere else.
That's crazy.
Baseball doesn't
So you've been
exist.
playing 19.
I'm playing 19.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. It's only $16.
Dude, I bought.
And in like 4 days, it'll probably be like
Dude,
30
I
cents.
bought
Exactly.
19. I think it was like 12 when I bought it.
What? It's $4 more now. No, I'm kidding.
They got you.
Scam, bro.
I'm buying that and 76 because they're both. I can get both
Fine.
games for under $30.
Dude,
total.
I'm not even kidding.
I'll play with you.
I'll
in the mornings.
introduce you to my buddy I play with.
I'm into it.
Another thing Sony related that came out this week was they sent out surveys to a bunch of people asking, would you like to see remote play on a Nintendo Switch? Just asking questions.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people make a big deal about this.
Don't think it's
going
gonna
to
happen?
think it's a thing that they're
But I think they're gauging the environment
of course
in certain ways.
But this is not
Yeah.
new. It's not new to like gauge people's interest in their
things,
ability
no.
to do
I
something.
I
on
thought
a
it was
different platform.
interesting. I think it's interesting that they're doing this now before their console launch, almost just being like they're testing the water. They want to see where they can.
When you say remote play, you mean like play it here and see it there? Is that what you mean by remote play? Or
By remote play, I mean like literally, I can turn
Like as if-
my console on from here.
Yeah, as if
and
you could
connect
go
to it.
onto
and
the
play.
Switch store, download the PS4 Remote Play app, log into your PSN account,
Turns
play,
on your
see,
PS4.
control all of that.
Yeah.
I think there is absolutely a future for that. I don't think it's coming anytime soon. I don't think they're even necessarily developing it. They could be, but even if they are developing it, it's nothing ready to go right now. But with how open Nintendo is and how much more open they are than we thought they'd be with their console,
Yeah.
they've learned kind of that they can't lock their shit down 1,000%. They need more third-party support. And if Sony was to be on board with more third-party support, that would help them a lot. And people would buy Switches literally just to play remote play on their PS4. Like literally,
So you're saying
people would move entire
they'd help-
consoles.
Yeah.
It'd be a smart move for Nintendo. I think it's less likely on Sony's
You
side.
still need the PS hardware
Yeah, I know.
to play. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying it would move Switches in addition to that because people
Yeah.
would want that remote ability. But Sony is the one that's been traditionally more locked down in terms of their ecosystem.
right.
Nintendo's been locked down with letting developers onto their platforms, but they're done with that now. Obviously, everything is on the Switch.
Everything.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But Sony was notoriously kept like crossplay locked down for a lot of games that other developers, including Microsoft, were open
Yeah, they did.
for. Like Sony does not like people
They were
playing
strong-armed into like
in
opening it.
their backyard.
Well, and I think it was definitely reversed last generation because Final Fantasy 14 was launched with crossplay, which was
Yeah.
cool. But then they became the industry leader, and then that's when you change your heart, right? So I'd be really interested to think about like if Microsoft got its legs back underneath it and stood up. Would they revert back? Because like right now, Microsoft's killing it. I think they don't have exclusives, but they're making smart
They're
business
doing the right
moves,
things,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Just to try and get people happy with them.
State of Decay 2, bro.
That's the sweetest exclusive.
That's the best exclusive, bro.
It's like, why didn't you just throw that game out of here?
That's a Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, but
It is. It's on PC too.
wasn't a good decision to put that game out.
Could have cooked a little bit more.
Could have cooked it a little bit longer.
So let's see. The next thing I brought this article for you. This will be a nice quickie.
A nice little quick.
Sims 5 is maybe coming as like an
I didn't
MMO.
hear any news about this. Sims 5 could take inspiration from shuttered MMO The Sims Online.
So this is an older article. It's from the 3rd of
Do
this
you
month.
remember The Sims Online?
Oh,
I don't.
No, it's 2 days old.
I don't know. Didn't know that was a thing. So are they saying that they've heard from someone
It ran for like
in
6
here?
years.
Sims Online?
Yeah, Sims Online.
Here's what Andrew Wilson said
Ran for
during a
like
call.
6 years.
The Sims will be 20 next week. The Maxis team and the team that's been part of the Maxis over the years to come to deliver okay, blah, blah, blah. As you think about The Sims, again, and I reference motivations is why we play the games, the inspiration, okay, blah, blah, blah. Typically what the Sims, okay.
I feel like this is all important to the
Jesus
quote.
Christ. Is it really?
Just skipping over.
One of the, no, it's, but I'm like, broad social platforms, you manifest The Sims Online, which was more social experience for us. I don't know. It looks like it's probably coming maybe in the next generation. It sounds like they're still thinking about it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what it sounds like. This is just a lot of
I'm
words.
Perusing over this as you're reading it. It looks like he's focusing on competition.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would make Sims competitive without changing the entire nature of the game. But it sounds like he's looking into ways to get people to interact together on the system instead of having people play The Sims by themselves, isolated in their little
Right.
virtual
Remember when
kind
they
of
tried
silos.
that with SimCity? That was cool.
I don't remember that, actually.
They had an online like MMO.
Oh, it was the biggest disaster.
SimCity?
Yeah. SimCity 2012. I remember going to GameStop at midnight. It was like the same night like an NBA 2K game came out, and it was hilarious because me and my friend were online, Skate, who I play Monster Hunter with, waiting for that game. Everyone's getting 2K, and we get to the counter. We're like, SimCity, please.
SimCity, please.
But anyway, that game had an online focus where you would have neighboring cities, and you would create trade routes and different sharing of resources.
Sounds dope.
It didn't work.
No.
It broke, and it
Like, literally, you couldn't do that.
yeah.
Wow.
No, at first no, it didn't. But what happened was in the game was the
At
numbers.
first, no, but then also later, no.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Because what would happen was, you know how you got your stat sheets in SimCity when you're looking at economies and stuff? Anything that you would report that it was reporting to you was not what was happening in the game.
Oh, shit.
So nothing was functioning as it should. And you would do things like, okay, well, I need more industrial or blah, blah, blah. And it wouldn't, the city wouldn't adjust. Traffic didn't work. Like, it just...
God, sounds awful.
Eventually, you had these small plots of land that just came to a standstill because you built yourself into a corner and you couldn't keep building.
And
Like,
things you were trying to change weren't actually changing in the game.
think of City Skylines, how it's open and vast, and you can just keep building across the world.
Right.
You got these like small ass plots of land, and you're just stuck there, and then you have to pick another plot of land that you have to link together, and
That's a game I haven't played in a while.
it's a
City
good game.
Skylines.
That is
I bought it on the Switch.
the
Haven't opened it
unofficial
once.
current SimCity of our time.
I bought
I would've been
City
there. I
Skylines
would've
on
been
the
there with
Switch
you.
and never played
It was
In the
sad.
story.
How long ago did that come
It
out?
was really sad.
on the Switch.
Like 2
2
years ago.
or 3 years ago. 2 years ago.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about this Lawbreakers thing?
Sure.
All right, so I had the article here. Where is it? So Cliff Bleszinski, creator of Gears of War, worked at Epic Games for years, Unreal Tournament fame. Let me pull my article up here.
Can I do a callback to one of our episodes?
Do it?
We actually have an episode called Emerging Game or something. Cliffy B is closing this B.
Closing. Oh, is that when he shut down Boss Key Studios?
Yeah, where he shut down the studio, and on the picture, it's like him with the Gears gun. I found a picture of him with the Gears gun,
He's the Gears of War guy.
firing the gun.
He was the director of the first game.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's definitely, yeah. It's probably makes sense. Yeah.
I love that picture.
So he came out this week and he said he talked about Lawbreakers, which is a game that came out like 2 years ago and then ultimately shut its doors online. And he said, ever since the studio closed, I've been racking my brain what I could have done differently. Pivot hard when the Juggernaut Overwatch was announced, been less nice with my design ideas, or more of a dictator with them. One big epiphany I had was if I push my own personal political beliefs in a world that was increasingly divided. Instead of the story being this game looks neat, it became this game is too woke, bro, trying to push hacky politics on us with gender-neutral bathrooms. Instead of these characters seem fun, this is the studio with the CEO who refuses to make his female characters sexier. Instead of who I am going to choose, it became white dude shoehorns diversity into his game and then smells his own smug farts in interviews instead of just letting the product speak for itself. That's his quote.
I don't know what any of that means. Like, is he lamenting the?
He's talking about the fail.
I get what it is, but what I'm trying to say is, what is he trying to say? Like, what was the point of it?
It's almost like he's saying the choices that he made in Lawbreakers weren't good because he thought he was going too woke. He was going to
but still, is he
like safe with it?
And there's no answer to this. Is it?
No, there is no.
Is he lamenting the fact that he was so accessible with his game, or is he lamenting the fact that he shown a spotlight on
those things,
diverse aspects of his game? It seems weird.
Looking at Lawbreakers, I'm gonna pull up a Lawbreakers trailer for everyone to see.
I don't know anything about it.
I also didn't realize that he also did Radical Heights.
Yeah, that was after
and they died.
Well, that was a last resort after Lawbreakers was closing because they had to shut down Lawbreakers and refund everybody. The last resort was, okay, just
Radical Heights.
6 months. Let's make this game Radical Heights.
It looked like it was made in 6 months. But a lot of people played it, man. That was like, it went through Twitch like a wildfire.
It was
but in a week.
Man,
yeah.
That's how long ago this was?
This is how long ago Lawbreakers was.
So was there a display at TwitchCon when we were there for this?
For Lawbreakers? No.
Yeah. No.
And there's a funny video line I'll post in our Discord later, but it was like the sad reality of Lawbreakers.
Is this game is it exclusively
It was
online?
It was a arena shooter because he made the.
So there's no way to play this now.
No, it's off. It's done.
It's impossible to play it.
It's offline. Yeah.
This game didn't
They
fail
refunded the
because
money? I'm sorry, David.
this game didn't fail because of any of the things he was talking
No,
about.
it
That's
didn't.
all entirely wrong. He's just looking for a scapegoat.
Because here's the thing:
work.
Overwatch is that game he's describing.
Yeah.
Overwatch is a diverse cast of colorful characters, and I mean that in artistic style and in the nature of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
They have backgrounds of all kinds that Blizzard fleshed out, right? They fleshed out the backgrounds of these characters through other mediums, and yes, some of them are gay, straight, and blah 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 blah, right? There are all those things.
This looks like a more serious Overwatch because, again, for listeners, we're watching the trailer for Lawbreakers, but it doesn't look like a bad game. Like, if we're looking off of
but
it's a non-gameplay trailer, of course. If we're looking at a concept they're showing us,
Right.
It's
just
enough,
like the characters.
It's enough to hook me and to maybe want to check the game out.
Well, he was clearly going for realism here. Like sci-fi realism, right?
Right.
But whereas Overwatch stuck with its cartoony its cartoony look.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, a lot of this looks very generic. Like if I saw this game, I would go, is this maybe a Destiny spinoff? I don't know. Is this I know it's not specifically that. I'm just saying
almost
is it like Tribes?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's almost like Destiny and what's that game? The Microsoft exclusive.
Crackdown.
Crackdown. It's like Destiny.
Yeah, I was
and
like,
Crackdown.
could be so many
That
games,
game is
dude.
like Destiny and Crackdown had a baby.
Yeah, but it's like an arena shooter, like Unreal Tournament.
But I don't even think it
hero
looks
style.
as like
Wokey
you're
as he
saying.
was
No.
talking.
You were saying a look. I'm not even sure what kind of a game it is. I think this looks pretty standout.
That's the stuff.
It does. The problem was it came out during a time where the market was flooded with these games.
Yeah.
Hero shooter style games like
The
this.
mechanics are weird too, because you have these literally law breaking
Right.
moves where you can jump around, shoot your gun. And I remember the first
There are
day
gravity
watching
pockets,
people
yeah.
play this. They had a hard time understanding this, not the sliding because that's in different games, but shooting the grapples, floating around. In
You
zero
remember
G.
this game?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember this too.
Because I remember watching every game I watched for the first time. Lyric playing this the day it came out. And yeah, he had a hard time just learning how to fly around the arena.
Sure.
You know, and it just got frustrating to the point where he's okay. This game's cool. We'll see if
It's fine.
We'll see
Yeah.
if people keep playing it in a few months.
Right.
Sure enough.
I mean, like any game that releases that's not, I don't want to call this kind of situation a clone, but like, as we know from our discussions with developers, sometimes these things happen because of just
Chasing
like,
trends.
but they're not, no, it's not chasing trends. Everything is developed in its own little silo.
For sure.
Because
Oh, yeah.
games just are leading to a certain point, and if you're in tune with development, and if you are a developer and you're making the next thing, your brains go to similar places as to what games need or want. So this kind of thing happens all the time. Now I feel, though, in 2012 or 2020, oh my God, 2012. I feel like now in gaming culture, a game can exist and die a little bit, but stick through, come back, find a little niche of players, improve itself. Like this is all a story we've heard a trillion times before.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well,
I
it
think in the
sounds like
future
he didn't-
games are
he
going
didn't
to
give this
survive a lot more
game a chance,
easily.
almost.
Right. I think the problem is how the studio handled.
I don't
The game.
understand why it's like not available anymore. Like why can't
He
any-
pulled it from servers because he just
Oh, 'cause
said
it's not worth the service.
it wasn't, the upkeep was too much, right? Like so, and then he closed the studio. So like Boss Keys doesn't even exist anymore after Radical Heights came out, and that didn't do well as they wanted. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing for him to say when I don't see that in the game.
There was
what
an
he's
update
talking
at the
about.
very, very bottom. Did you see that where it says Blazinski has updated his post to emphasize that his political leanings were a factor in the failure of Lawbreakers and
Not
the Boss
the
Key, not the
factor.
factor. And then he goes, marketing timing, blah, 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 stupid clickbait headlines. I hope you get the hits you wanted. So
He sounds like he feels like he was
the
misquoted.
guy just sounds mad and sad about it. So.
Yeah, well, he's rich and retired, so he's fine. I'm not worried about
Is
it.
he?
I mean, he's not working right now, and he's made a lot of money.
Well, he definitely lost a lot of money if he had to close the
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
But he didn't lose all
There,
of his money.
there is honestly
I'm
a
sure he
video.
sent his
If,
residuals.
yeah.
There is a Lawbreakers video, which
If
is
he's eating. He's eating.
amazingly funny, and it's like clips of him promoting the game, and like just it up to its launch, like a, oh my God, this must be the Kroger bat. It's like a music video, and it's the $1 billion franchise. This is it. Yep. I'll send this to you later, but it's a really funny video, and it details in short clips the life of this game and how it rose and fell. I'll post it later.
Okay.
Did he
In our
say
chat.
is that a quote? He said it's going to be $1 billion
Yeah,
franchise.
he's like, we want to make $1 billion franchise, and he said and like in interviews he was like, I pitched it to EA, I pitched it to all these different publishers, and no one seemed to really get on board with it, and so he made Boss Key to like start producing it, and like it's a detailed whole process of like how he left Epic Games because he worked at Epic Games for like 20 years, and then he made Boss Keys. It was a whole thing. Yeah. All right, we're going to the final story, guys. Are you ready? I've been
Ready.
excited to talk about this because holy shit.
Holy shit!
Will you guys mind going on a ride with me for a minute?
Yeah, I need you
Let's
to
go on a ride.
Are you
bring
ready?
the cliff notes.
All right, so Warcraft 3 Reforged came out this past week. All right, this was Reforged. This is a
That's a new way to
Master.
describe a remaster, a rebuild.
Yeah, it's within the vein of the Warcraft universe because forging stuff.
Do you think my Warriors game is a reforge?
No,
It's very much not a
it's
refresh.
very much none of that. All right, so in 2017 of BlizzCon, they showed off that and announced that they were going to remake this. Right, I think it was 2018 or 2017. I'm not sure, but essentially they showed off Warcraft 3, the RTS game, the real-time strategy game that came out in 99, is getting remade for today. And what they showed off was they were going to add new redone cinematics for the cutscenes in the game, redone textures, redone graphics and animations,
Like full top to bottom.
full top to bottom
Revamp.
rework of
Yeah.
the game. And then they were going to launch it. So by today, what happened was, or when it came out this past week, was they launched it on the client. They replaced the old version of the game. So if you owned a 1999 copy of the game, it would be, and you attached it to your Battle.net account, it was replaced with this client. Now keep that in mind because what ended up happening was it was a 2 gigabyte size game, which instantly became 30 gigabytes for people. Now this is if you didn't purchase the remaster at all, right? You didn't even.
Yeah, we're pretending.
I don't need
We're
it.
pretending we are owners of the original game.
the original
and we
game.
Popped in
And
there.
you're like,
every
my
once in a
life's
while."
fine right now. I
Yeah.
don't need anything more.
You don't. You're good. I love this game as it is.
Yeah.
Well, too bad because they replaced your client and they made you download all the assets, the 30 gigabytes of assets for the new game. Also, what it turned out was, I'm just going to go through my list here, okay? The old Warcraft client is gone. If you want to play the old one at all, you have to start the game through Reforged. If you don't own it, you are still forced to download it. Right? I said that. Using the old graphics, the Reforged client is not the same as vanilla Warcraft 3. There are a number of graphical changes and issues. One of the glaring ones being the absence of shadows. So they actually made the old game worse. They removed shadows. Using the old graphics menu won't let you turn them on in graphics. Also, someone on Twitter pointed out, don't think I put this here. Someone on Twitter pointed out he wanted to know why his CPU was running at 100% in the menus. It turns out the menus of Warcraft 3 Reforged run a Chrome extension web app. So it's literally running Chrome, and it's using all your core.
It's not even in the
browsers. Take up
It
your
sucked it up.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing to happen. There
This
are
already
no
sounds
competitive
terrible.
ladders anymore. Supposedly they're coming later, and no player profiles. You can no longer play custom campaigns. All the menu items are just gone. So custom campaigns, goodbye.
All these were things that existed with Warcraft 3.
In the
In
OG
the
release.
2 gig version.
In the 2 gig
In the
version.
2
Yeah.
gig, remember
I,
that?
I specifically chose my words carefully. I said
Oh, yeah.
Warcraft 3. I didn't say Warcraft 3.
no
Reforged.
Reforged.
But I'm saying, like, that's 2 gigs, and they gave you all this stuff and took away so much.
There are numerous bugs such as instant defeat screens on map load, fixed by closing out and relaunching the game.
Heck, bro.
This could have been fixed by now. Not sure. I'm just going to give them the benefit
If
of
a
the doubt.
lot of the shit's the same, what's taking up the 30 gigs?
The new assets.
Yeah, graphics,
New stuff.
whatever.
you're-
the,
when you
whatever
buy-
is new
what-
stuff. The shit.
When you buy Reforged. So you have to pay to unlock the new assets.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
That's
That's
stupid.
the-
So it's like 32
No,
gigs.
it's smart if
It's
you
like,
think about it, though, right? If you're a business.
It's like having a box in your house, and you can't have anything that's in it, but you have to keep it there. And it takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi,
Exactly.
I bought a box pad. It's a pad where I keep boxes. I like my one little box that's on this pad.
exactly.
Well, we upgraded your box on this pad.
But
Can
I've had this box for 30 years.
No,
Well, if you want
You gotta-
all the rest of it,
you have a better box. Well,
You have a
can't
better
open
box
it.
now.
You can't open it. Yeah,
it's going to be a lot bigger and take up a lot more room now.
yeah.
Sorry,
You can put more
but not
things in the
sorry.
box, maybe.
Eventually, when you pay us.
Yeah.
So here's
We
the
really
real.
liked using a box, but here's a better box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
We can't
What's
tell
in
you.
the fucking box? So here's the
can't
kicker,
tell you.
though. So much of what was promised for the single campaign during the reveal was just being used in advertising, and still is. In fact, it doesn't exist. The new UI, the new in-game cinematic style, the quality of life changes are just not there. The in-game menu for custom hotkeys, like in StarCraft 2, not there. The vast majority of campaign maps are 99% identical to vanilla, so OG version, while the reveal featured a completely revamped Culling of Strathhome map, which was a big event in Warcraft, which is still there, and it's still there, but it's the exception, not the rule. So the revamped one. So on top of that, if you were to choose, now I didn't write this down, but another thing that they did was, if you were to make custom maps and custom things in the game for people to play, they had a terms of service thing where you relinquish all rights to those things to Blizzard. So, for example, do you guys know what Dota is? Do you guys know Dota?
Yeah.
I don't know if you are familiar with its history, but it was created
From
in
Warcraft
Warcraft
3.
3 in
Yeah,
custom game modes.
Yes.
And Blizzard let that slip through their fingers, and now Valve has the name trademark, and League of Legends has the game on lock, right? That's
So
like
they went
where
to
it's
their
at now.
TNCs and went update.
Blizzard, yeah, and they were like, you know what? We don't want that to happen again. So any games that you make, guess what? They're ours. So you like custom games with like people use like Dragon Ball Z as Dragon Ball custom games.
Yeah.
Like people use as an example. Things you can do. Can't do that either because those are copyrighted characters, and we don't want those in our custom games that we're claiming from you. You guys following so far?
Oh, yeah.
Following all of
Okay.
it.
It is crazy that they have tried to. I don't even know where to begin with.
Ultimately ruined.
They really did.
They really.
It sounds like Warcraft 3 is in corporate mud now.
Yeah, it sounds like
Whoa.
it's
Corporate
so sad that
How?
they took all these things about Warcraft 3 that were good, lied about it through advertising.
Why did they even need to change Warcraft 3? Why couldn't they just make two separate things?
like a new
The
client?
new one. Yeah.
Just don't
It's-
fucking touch it, bro.
But from their perspective,
get out of here.
it's them going, okay, we'll get people to upgrade.
I
We'll
mean,
get people on
yeah,
board, right?
it's-
Like I can see why they
Some
would
fucking
do this.
director was like, "I got a big dick idea, dude. Check this shit out." And they
I
go,
know.
"That's amazing. Everyone will
But they
just buy the
promised
thing."
stuff and showed stuff that doesn't exist.
Correct.
It's also that too.
And that's the smoke and mirror and that kind of stuff. That kind
Two
of
big things
CEO
right away.
stuff just makes me think of like the Fire Festival. Like people just literally lying
Yeah.
their ass off until they need to tell
Yep.
you the truth.
And those materials are still being used to advertise the game currently.
Exactly. And it's literally fake.
Um,
They should have a
Dude,
lawsuit
these
for-
past couple years, man, for Blizzard has been unbelievable, dude.
It's insane that people.
So it also looks like they started.
Unbelievable.
So people have been applying for refunds, and there was one
Did they
transcript.
not let them at first?
Not at first, because
yeah,
at
they were
first,
refusing fucking refunds. at
people
first.
were
It's like
contacting
Fire Festival,
support,
bro.
and one guy from Australia, which has different consumer protection laws than us, right? Keep that in mind. Where if the game is falsely advertised, you are entitled to a refund via the law, right? This isn't just like customer entitlement.
Sure,
this is
sure,
like
sure. Yeah.
law.
look, you
Yeah.
didn't produce the product that you said you were,
Oh, of
so
course,
this is
yeah.
this is I'm entitled to my money back.
1000%.
There was literally a conversation with a Blizzard support where a guy was just like, "Sorry, per American, per our company being in America, we can't give you the refund," and they pretty much didn't give the guy the refund. Apparently now they're giving out refunds to anybody who wants
I'm
it.
sure someone representing the state of or the country of Australia reached out and was like, "Well, sir, it's cute that you think this,
Yeah,
but
if you want to continue
Yeah.
to sell things in our country, you're gonna have to start
You
a
need to
law.
honor our laws, yeah.
laws. You dumb bitch.
I'm pulling up more on this.
respectfully."
See
Yeah,
that
for
ship
serious.
down there? That container right there has all of the games that you're trying to bring in.
I pictured a barrel.
We're
talking
not
about ships.
allowing those in the country currently.
Seriously. Just imagine if you're not allowed to sell things in a whole.
So yeah, this is the intellectual property. This is about the map making. So I'm pulling up the document here. Copyright material is not allowed to be used. So like anime fight, DBZ tribute, yeah, stuff like that. In the maps, I was trying to pull up the actual transcript. Yeah, here's someone pointing out they removed shadows that are not in their new redo of the game. The old one they are. Oh man! Apparently, it is sitting at a 0.5 user score Metacritic on Metacritic.
0.5 out
And-
of 10.
and out of 10, yeah.
So it's not even 1.
Not even one.
Okay, making sure that.
Apparently, it is the
Just to spell this out.
most disliked game, and I know we talk about review bombing right now, but before in the past, right? We've done that. But I just think it's receiving a public Metacritic score of 63, which is also pretty,
That's just because people are probably trying to go and just like research. Isn't public Metascore just how much people are interested in it right now? It has nothing to do with good or bad.
They've put their own. It's a
So you can review it.
aggregation.
Oh, so
yeah,
you-
of
okay,
user
yeah.
scores. Yeah.
Because I believe, and I could be wrong about this too, IMDb does like a Metascore, and it's
Is it like an average?
it's like how much people have clicked on that either director or actor's profile recently. I think that's how the Metascores work. Because it's like they're down.
What are
They're
you
down
gonna
this
do,
week.
bro?
Felix
what are you
pu-
gonna do? What are you gonna do, bro?
2.7.
Felix
That's
pulled
actually
up-
a worse Metascore.
Yeah,
It is
Yeah.
worst, yeah.
There you
He
go.
pulled up
What
the
are you
Fallout
gonna-
76 Metacritic score. It's a
for
53,
PS4. Yeah,
and it's a 2.7 user score.
yeah.
So that's fun.
What are you gonna do? You still on board?
Yeah, man. I only care about playing with people. I don't care. I'll play Pong with you.
Wow.
Okay.
So somebody looked in the content files of Warcraft 3. They found the Calling of Stratholme files, but they're only a cinematic and they're not used in the game. So it's like they're not even using the thing that they created for the promo. This whole thing is just weird.
It's just snowballing
Yeah,
out
it
of
just
control.
feels weird. It just
really.
feels like scamming.
This
Literally
makes
what
me,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you concerned about like what the direction Blizzard's taking because they haven't had
Xbox.
a great PR 2 years.
Now, how much of this is pure speculation or maybe stirring the shit? And I'm someone
Let's stir some shit.
who's
We're doing a
traditionally
podcast.
against this action, but I'm going to go there anyway. Do we think this is an Activision thing? Like, just they're spilling into trying to make a lot of money because that's kind of like
There's
the joke, right? Like,
There's
is that what we're?
definitely a lot of talk
Yeah.
that is this the corporatization that they've
I mean,
been
they
infected by?
can't go back at this point.
No, they're tied to intrinsically to their investors and all that stuff, right? It's really like concerning to me that Blizzard is definitely not the company that I think people used to see them as.
Well, because, I mean, time has completely changed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Think of-
money
Well,
and
yeah,
time
absolutely.
changes everything.
I mean, I knew of Blizzard in 2005. That's when I knew of Blizzard. I mean, obviously they were around before that, but you know that
Now
was
they're
15
owned by-
years ago.
Come on, they're fucking owned by Activision.
That's what we get.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, it's more of a
Yeah, they're equal
arguably
partners,
worse.
but
Arguably worse. It's
they're
a
symbiotic.
blending.
Yeah, so they have
of
to
the
have
cultures.
like everyone has to feel good about their ideas.
Just wanna let you
Activision's
know,
like,
Mike.
all right, guys, well, we need at least someone with a purple hat in this scene because that was our idea. And
Just
if
want-
you don't put that in,
We need
Just
to
want to
force.
know, my stock price has almost doubled since I bought into that company. So keep doing your shady,
Do your
shifty
shady-
bullshit.
No, this is when you sell that stock and invest into something else.
I'm good.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm following the ways of Gordon Gekko here, bro.
What, hold until you're in jail? Didn't he go to jail?
Gordon Gekko? He's
Yeah.
fictional.
Yeah, he went to jail in the movie.
Oh, yeah, because he gets out in the sequel.
he wasn't asking if he's a real person.
I thought you.
It's the second time you answered a
The
question
way you said
with
that.
another answer.
No, the way you said that, it sounded like you thought he was a real dude.
No, I said,
I-
did he go to jail?
Yeah.
Like he's Bernie Madoff or something. Jesus.
No, I think it is a common misconception that Gordon Gekko
Is
is
real?
real.
Oh,
I didn't think that. I didn't think that. I knew he was fake.
believe that.
Yes.
I
I
believe
found it.
that. Did you ever see Boiler Room?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Tons
Where
of
they're all
times.
sitting around like watching Wall Street
Yeah.
as like he's their hero.
Yeah.
And you're going, this is like, you can. It's really interesting. Sorry. Side note.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
we're
we
talking about
went
movies.
way off.
We're actually
I
going
went way
very
off.
long on this episode,
sorry.
so we
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
need
we're
to.
gonna wrap it up in a minute.
I just
It's my
caught
fault,
myself.
yeah.
I caught myself. I'll tell you on that.
Well, I know you're
post-show.
very concerned about the file size. I'm keeping the file size in thought here because we're bumping up against it more so than we were last week. When
Yeah.
you were worried, so we gotta.
Yeah, we were actually fine last week.
I
but
know.
This week, yeah,
Doesn't bother me.
it's looking pretty bad.
My bad.
Yeah, no, it's
all
it's
good.
not.
It's my fault, dude.
It's not.
I shouldn't be.
Corey,
So
stop it. You stop it right now.
to close this out, I'm very disappointed in Blizzard. I'm
Fuck yeah.
concerned
It's
about Diablo 4 and these other future of games.
We should be, because these are not. Everyone loves these franchises, and I think Blizzard Activision plans on trading on the goodwill that all of these franchises have made over the years.
built up over 30
but
plus years.
They're not going to be that coming out, and that's the real sad part.
I think Overwatch is probably the last Blizzard game I've like truly liked, right? Because I put tons of time into it, but then thinking about World of Warcraft has been kind of on a downswing. Like the other new expansions haven't been that well received. They announced Overwatch 2, which is kind of like an expansion / like not really. Diablo 4. They announced the Diablo mobile game that wasn't very well received.
Y'all have phones,
via
don't
its-
you?
Y'all got phones, don't you?
That was a crazy shit show.
Whip them out.
Hearthstone had its
Come on, bring out your phones.
Hearthstone had
Download
its Blitzchung moment, where the
God,
free Hong Kong moment,
Oh, Hearthstone.
and then
loved
Blizzard
it.
acted
I hate
very poorly on that front because of their they need to appease their Chinese investors and user base. Great, Blizzard.
Can we
where are your
just really
priorities?
quick name a company that's making video games that we do trust?
Bungie.
No, because they're
Bungie.
invested by Tencent as well.
Blue hole.
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, but
maybe?
They're not owned by Tencent.
They're not.
They're not
Si-
owned by Tencent.
But
CD
they got
CD
they received an investment that they're making a game for them.
some project.
We'll
CD
see.
Projekt Red, though.
I can't
right?
wait to see what that is.
You guys are
Tencent's not
responding?
buying out.
They're not.
They
They're
don't-
not.
They don't hear me.
But
Because we're having an actual conversation.
sorry,
and
we're
you're
talking.
yeah.
ramming your fist into this conversation.
I'm sorry.
What fisting them?
I was going to say CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
put them
they're pretty
on the
clean
list as well.
They're pretty
Yeah.
clean. As far as I don't know if maybe I'm missing
I'll stop
something.
ramming. Sorry. I just rammed again.
Ramrod.
Call Ramrod. You didn't say it. I wrote it on the paper.
Call Ramrod.
But yeah, there are a few companies. Because like even Epic is owned partially by Tencent and
Do you know who owns Blue Hole? Anyone?
the
I
company
don't know.
Blue
Blue
Hole.
Hole, yeah. They're the ones that do PUBG.
Oh, they're Korean, right? Aren't they like a South Korean company?
Are they?
I have no idea.
Let's look it up. Blue Hole Entertainment, because they are owned. Is it
South Korean. I
Entertainment?
saw it. Yep.
South Korean, yeah.
Here you go.
Is it? Oh, they're owned by. Yeah, they're in South Korea. The founder is and they bought because
So they just released the game.
I'm trying. Who's the guy who Player Unknown?
Yeah,
himself.
Player Unknown, yeah. I don't
Something
know,
Green. Brandon Green.
Brandon Green.
Yeah, he sold the rights to that company.
Interesting.
I don't know who invests in it. though.
Probably 4 up.
Well, I mean, his
ton
story
of
is
money.
is one that's awesome. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that.
I know he worked for the company too. But
Yeah, and he worked for. I mean, he was the one that designed.
H1Z1.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know things.
Yeah.
I know things.
I know things.
And Arma 3 BR, which is how he started, just as a mod.
I played DayZ a whole lot back in the
Okay,
day,
yeah,
2015.
I watched a lot of Arma RP,
Nice.
like Altus Life back in the day.
Those are cool. That
Yeah.
game is
I
real,
love RP.
real tough to learn.
You and-
GTA 5 RP is like another thing that I watch a lot, and I
You
totally
and
forgot
Trav introduced
mention
me
it.
to that whole world.
Dude, it's so fun.
Arma.
Didn't know it was a thing. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a crazy
Altus
war
Life.
simulator.
Yeah,
Altus Life,
yeah, yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's a good show.
I think it's time to wrap for sure. Definitely a good show.
Be better, Blizzard. All right, that's all we're trying to say.
They're not going
Please.
to.
I know they don't listen. They never listen.
No.
They're just gonna care more about money instead of making good products.
Well, first, Corey,
Formal.
do you want to shout out things you're working on, projects,
sure,
socials,
yeah.
whatever?
Yes.
Let it rip.
I get to just talk
Advertise.
to all your fans now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
guys.
So this is
Just
your
take
moment.
it. Just take
All right.
all of the
So-
goodwill and the support.
I'm too nervous.
Do
No.
it. Well,
So
then, next.
really, I just want to encourage people to come to my YouTube channel, which is the Lasko Network. I'm on Instagram as the Corey Lasko. I'm also, promoting some bands, and the only one I want to bring up is spelled R-A-H and then the word blow, R-A-H blow. Raw Blow. That's my band. Please come follow us on Instagram.
Rob Lowe.
Rob Blow. I think there's an underscore in there somewhere.
I love it.
And robblow.com has some sweet stuff on there too. But yeah, that's really it. I'm Corey Lasko. I do videos, I make food, and I make music. Thank you.
Corey, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun, and I learned
It was
a
a
lot.
lot of fun.
Yeah, and
Hopefully
I
you
want to come back.
soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'd love to.
I'll just sleep over.
There's a couple couches out there.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll have you back on and have a little update.
I would love that.
Yeah.
And I want you guys in my next video. And I'll do a cooking show where I can make some food for you.
1,000%.
I would love that.
I like eating.
1,000%.
I like eating a
I'll
lot.
totally do that.
I am Trip Zero. You guys can find me on mixer.com/Trip0TV. Broadcast there every weekday, Mondays through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're chilling at this point. We're kind of waiting until some of the new releases are coming out later this spring. Doing probably half days Destiny up front, and then something chill in the back end, like more Stardew Valley, The Sims, Final Fantasy 14, stuff like that. So yeah, so where you can find me. All my socials are the same as well. Trip Zero TV. Very easy to find me.
And I'm Neo Aoshi. You can find me at Twitter at Neo_Aoshi, and I'm at Twitch at twitch.tv/Neo Aoshi. I'm streaming lots of Monster Hunter. I'm going to weave in, hopefully this weekend, some more VR. I'm just testing the waters. I got a game called Boneworks,
Boneworks.
which is I'm from what I see, it's like the Portal of the VR world.
Okay.
It's not really Portal. Just don't get that out of your head.
I got real excited
But
when you said that.
it tests the physics of VR. So, and it's got this kind of like Portal Aperture Labs vibe to it with guns.
I kinda wanna check it out,
It's like
actually.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and set a stream up where I can do VR. I'm really still trying to work out how to get that working. Twitch chat in VR, not that easy.
That's
We'll
a
talk.
great.
We'll talk.
Interesting.
I have
I would never
solutions
think
for
of
you.
that.
Yep.
And I have the Oculus Rift S, so I gotta make sure it's compatible with that. I've tried some other solutions, don't know how it works yet. So expect Iceborne, expect VR. I'm gonna play more Pavlov VR because holy shit, man, I need to get in that. I need to make the time to do it. That's it.
What about a robot reading all your comments as they come in real time?
Oh shit,
I'm
that's not
kidding.
a bad idea.
I was kidding. That would
That
actually
could-
be really
It could
annoying.
be real bad too.
Message from Boner.
Like,
Champ,
oh my god, I'm trying to
32.
listen to this. Oh my god, stop it. You know, like-
I need to hear this.
I appreciate the idea though.
It'd be terrible.
Like listening to footsteps. I'm like,
We've had a lot of good ideas tonight. We need to keep a lid on this and actually put these out.
for sure.
Felix, you want to take us out?
This is Felix Hergood. I'm on Twitch and Mixer as Felix Hergood. Like I said, I'm live streaming periodically MLB, the show 2019. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Fallout 76 on 2 consoles. I don't know. I might be the only guy online playing Fallout 76.
You might be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Not for long.
Drawing that crowd.
Not for long, yeah. They're all going to come back. The Wastelanders are going to come back in. It's like a metaphor. Like the game plot is like a metaphor for actual people coming in. It's so
We're in
fucking
like
weird.
look, guys. We're in a holding pattern until March. It's time to catch up on games you haven't
It's
played.
very
this is
true.
this is the moment where you play the games you want before the
Get it in.
the new ones come out.
Get it in.
Right?
2
Like-
consoles, 1 Felix.
Yeah.
No waiting.
No, get it in.
Oh God. That's
2
So,
consoles,
yeah.
1 Felix, no waiting.
Like hell, I might even boot up Zelda.
Breath of the Wild.
No. Link's Awakening. I might try and finish
Do the
that out.
Link's
You know what I
Awakening.
mean?
Yeah.
I might try and do that too. Who knows? It's the time.
Cool.
Cool. All right, everyone, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you, dudes.
Thumbs up.